corruptible, and mysterious. Since 1850, Pinkerton has built a legacy on integrity, vigilance, and excellence. By protecting, investigating, and consulting, we remain the epitome of trust in security and risk management, safeguarding what matters most. Pinkerton, we never sleep.
There is nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your team. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud sponsor of the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Today's game is presented by the leaders and best at Michigan medicine. There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. To find your Michigan answer, visit MichiganAnswers.com.
Wolverines and Badgers getting ready. Lone regular season matchup between these two. Always great to visit with Akeem Miskadeen, Michigan assistant, part of the scout. First off, lessons you hoped that this team gleaned, that this staff tried to push toward these players after, let's face it, it was a somber locker room on Tuesday night after a narrow win at Penn State.
Yeah, it felt like when we played Cincinnati, when we played TCU, when we played Wake Forest. But the good thing about it is we escaped with a win. So you kind of learn lessons about winning. But we learned that we got to come out and play better. We didn't have a great start. This team is really good when we start well. And we didn't take care of the ball. We were a little sloppy, especially early. I think the first 2 medias, I think we had 6 turnovers, and that hasn't happened in a long time. So we got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just a one issue and then another. The rebounding was a problem. 9-1 offensive rebound advantage for Penn State in the first half, and then down the stretch just couldn't hit those 3-pointers. When you're still able to escape with a win, though, that has to make things a little bit easier, doesn't it?
Yes. The morale of the coaching staff, it makes it easy. Even as the guys, you want to win, and because we want to compete for a league championship. So it definitely makes things easier, and it's easier to show on film and learn from. And then the next day when you're watching teams go on the road, Iowa went on the road and lost to Minnesota, you're like, man, we're blessed to go on the road and escape with a win. So it definitely makes things easier.
What jumps off Wisconsin, from knowing them historically, always seem to be sub 300th in terms of tempo. Last year, they certainly got faster. This year, even faster. They're top 100, sometimes top 50, depending when you look. How has that changed what they do and how to scout them?
It's probably more personnel. They have a player that we're really familiar with as a staff, Nick Boyd. I happen to be one of the guys that helped recruit him to Florida Atlantic, and he wants to play fast. That's kind of all he knows is to push the tempo and attack. So we got to make sure we call it cups, where in transition we have help and corralling him. So we got to really help corral him, because he's the main guy that pushes the tempo. So if we can contain him after makes or misses, we'll do fine.
It's interesting hearing from Dusty about Nick during the preseason, saying, hey, we would have had the breakthrough earlier at FAU if he would have been healthy that second season. Tell us about him as a person and as a player, Nick Boyd.
Man, as a player, I'll start as a player. He's really competitive. Hopefully he doesn't talk to the bench. That's how competitive he is. But really competitive, has a chip on his shoulder. He was under-recruited when he was coming out of high school. So he plays with that chip. As a person, he's a wonderful person. Like I guarantee you, after his playing career, he'll be coaching. That's the type of person he is. That's the type of basketball acumen he has. Just a wonderful kid, comes from a wonderful family, and I'm blessed to be able to coach him and know him, and hopefully I'll one day be in his wedding. But today we're going to go at it.
Yes, because you're competitive too. Okay, appreciate it, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
There's Akeem Miskadeen. Wolverines getting ready for Nick Boyd and the Badgers. More to come on the pregame show as you listen to Wolverines basketball from Learfield.
Wolverines fans, it's time to join the University of Michigan Credit Union, the leaders and best in local banking. We are here to help you stay on top of your game with competitive loan rates and championship service to meet all your financial needs. Access your account with our conveniently located branches and ATMs, 24/7 online banking, and our mobile app. To learn more about our services or find a branch near you, visit umcu.org. UMCU is a proud partner of Michigan Athletics. The University of Michigan Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
Michigan fans, Choose Chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose Chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Off the heel, rebound Jones, and that's the ball game. And this magical Michigan season is not done by any means.
The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Getting ready for Michigan and Wisconsin here from Chrysler Center. Great to visit with Trey McKenney. First off, you were in some of those critical junctures late in the game at Penn State on Tuesday night. First off, does it feel any different 2 minutes in a game when it's close versus when you're out there in the first half? Is there a vibe that you feel that's different in a close game like that?
I'd say definitely the crowd and the atmosphere. But, our practices are really hard. And I think we do a lot of late game situations and just situations in general that we're going to see in the game and, late times in the year. So I think, our practices definitely help us for those type of games on the road.
It's interesting being around the locker room after Tuesday night. It was not a happy feeling. There were a lot of people frustrated. It almost felt like a loss. What did you guys learn from Tuesday to now from watching the film of that performance?
I would say just, never overlooking your opponent, no matter the record. Every Big Ten team is, going to be good, and they're going to play their best game, especially, how everybody's talking about us. So I think just really never overlooking your opponent.
How do you feel like you've earned the coaching staff's trust to not only be in the big spots you've been in, but also the minutes you've logged, the scoring opportunities you've had, the freedom it seems like you have of, hey, if you're open, take the shot?
I think just, my confidence and, the work I put in. I think they understand that I put a lot of work into for my game to, be where it's at. So, and I also think just, trying to be a connector out there and, trying to do anything to help the team win and impact the team in a positive way. So I really just think me being unselfish and, playing off other guys has really helped me.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's versus Brother Rice. There were some good battles of Trey McKenney versus John Blackwell. What do you remember from going up against Blackwell in high school?
He's a really good player, really talented. As you guys can see, he's done a lot at Wisconsin already. And, I'm just looking forward to playing against him, it brings back a lot of memories from high school and, those are some memories you can't get back. So I would say just really good player, tough, can score the basketball at a high level.
I'm sure you watched some Wisconsin games over the last couple of years. And even this season, but this is the first time going at him, watching film, studying. How has his game evolved since the last time you saw him?
He's just got really stronger since high school, His frame has gotten better, but, he's always been able to score the ball and, play on the ball and off the ball. So I think he's just really evolved his game and, he's gotten really stronger. So looking forward to playing against him.
Lastly, you were here for a lot of games last year. I know you've been a big Michigan fan since a childhood. What do you remember about watching Michigan-Wisconsin in the Big Ten Tournament Championship game last year?
I remember me and my coach at, St. Mary's, me and Coach Cover watching it. I mean, it's crazy. We were on our heels that game. It was back and forth. But, you love seeing those type of games. And me just being in those type of games and the atmosphere is just amazing. And it's a blessing.
Trey, appreciate it, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
There's Trey McKinney. Much more to do on the pregame shows. We get you ready for the Wolverines and the Badgers. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Crash the Cube Yeti Edition is your chance to win a share of over $850,000 in cash and prizes at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Fridays and Saturdays in January from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., one winner every hour will enter the Cash Cube. Catch the Yeti marked bills and unlock bonus prizes. Unlock the Yeti's grand prize on January 31st at 11 p.m. A trip to the Himalayas and $5,000 cash. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
And the Wolverines win the Big Ten Tournament Championship, and they forge a lifelong bond.
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
It's time to ring in the new year with great offers from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend, which comes standard with 5 available GOAT modes. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $319 a month for 36 months, with $1,939 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 Open Trade Assist and $750 ICI Alternative Cash. Offers are only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by February 2nd. See dealer for qualifications and details. Start the new year off in a new SUV and lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $319 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Getting you set for Michigan and Wisconsin from Chrysler. Rob Joyce with you in the network studios. Our first look at scores. Just 3 other games on this Saturday in the Big Ten, including one in progress. Halftime in Bloomington, Indiana, the latest team trying to hand number 10 Nebraska its first loss of the season. Hoosiers a 9-point edge at the break, 39-30 IU. Lamar Wilkerson already 15 first-half points for Indiana. The other games come later on. 2 o'clock, 5th-ranked Purdue at home against Penn State. That's 4-0 in the Big Ten, hosting 0-4. Caden Mingo still out today for the Nittany Lions, team's leading scorer. Then at 8 o'clock tonight, UCLA welcomes in Maryland. Both teams have dropped consecutive games. Bruins 2-2 in the league. Terps 0-4. UCLA, in particular, coming off a pair of road defeats at Iowa and at Wisconsin, allowing at least 74 points in both games. And those defensive issues have drawn the ire of head coach Mick Cronin.
We will embrace becoming a good defensive team at all cost. So, at all cost. Whether it's we don't practice offense the rest of the year. Because we will not win giving up 45 and 42 in the first half of games on the road in the Big Ten. You will not win. So we have to do whatever we have to do. Change defenses, change players, change the way we practice. Whatever has to happen for us to become a better defensive team.
Again, that's 8 o'clock tonight. We're counting it down to Michigan and Wisconsin here today. 106 tip from Chrysler. We'll roam the country next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Daily 3 and 4 players know their numbers, forward and backward. And this month, that's how they're celebrating.
Hooray! Hip, hip!
Because it's Daily 3 and Daily 4 straight back bonus days.
Dog diggity hot!
Just play your favorite Daily 3 and 4 numbers as usual, midday or evening. And if your straight bet matches in reverse order, you can win up to a $1,000 bonus.
Bye-bye!
But only for a limited time. The Daily 3 and 4.
Or 4 and 3!
Straight back bonus. Only from the Michigan Lottery.
You mean the Lottery, Michigan.
Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Champions Circle is the leading Michigan athletics fan engagement community. We connect fans with once-in-a-lifetime experiences, produce public and private events, offer club memberships, and operate an online retail store, selling exclusive apparel, trading cards, autographs, and other memorabilia featuring Michigan student athletes. To become a member or learn more about how you can support your favorite Michigan student athletes, visit championscircleUofM.com. Champions Circle is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics.
Brian and Terry are back in 1 minute. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Looking for resort-style living? Woodland Muse Apartments and Townhomes is located in the heart of Ann Arbor and offers everything you need to feel at home. You can check us out online at woodlandmuse.com or call us at 734-995-1000 to secure your new home today. That's woodlandmuse.com or 734-995-1000. Go Blue!
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan basketball. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, zero sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the Chrysler Center or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every basket. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
Or so minutes to tip Michigan and Wisconsin. Not the most congested of days in the Big Ten, but heavy slate across the rest of the top 25, including a bunch of games going on right now. We'll start in Hartford. Number 4 UConn with an early 13-9 lead against DePaul at the under 12 timeout in the first half. 20th ranked Louisville is trailing at home at the break to Boston College Eagles, a 34-30 lead through 20 minutes. Number 21 Tennessee down on the road against Florida. The Gators with a 36-28 advantage in the final 70 seconds before halftime there. And then just about to go to halftime in Morgantown, 22nd ranked Kansas with a 40-39 lead at West Virginia. Tipping alongside us at 1 o'clock, number 7 Houston on the road at Baylor. The only remaining unbeaten in the SEC is Vanderbilt. The 11th ranked Commodores at home against an LSU team that is winless early on in league play. Only top 25 matchup of the day, 2 o'clock in the ACC. Number 6 Duke hosts 24th ranked SMU. Same time, 2 o'clock for number 18 Georgia at South Carolina, as well as 23rd ranked Virginia welcoming in Stanford. 4 o'clock, top ranked Arizona travels to TCU. Number 3 Iowa State entertains Oklahoma State. Those are the 2 remaining unbeatens in the Big 12, Wildcats and Cyclones. Evening slate at 6, 15th ranked Arkansas at Auburn, along with number 17 North Carolina playing host to Wake Forest. 7 o'clock tip in Boulder for Colorado and 14th ranked Texas Tech. Number 13 Alabama off a midweek loss at home against Texas at 8. And then things round out 9 o'clock in 10 o'clock in Salt Lake City, Utah in 9th ranked BYU. Michigan and Wisconsin here this afternoon. Dusty May's pregame thoughts are next as you listen to Michigan basketball from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits. We have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is the place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
We are Laurentide Winery, founded by Michigan alums Susan and Will Bramer, and proud to bring you amazing wines made in Leelanau from 100% Michigan-grown grapes. This season, our award-winning wines debut at Chrysler and Yost Arenas. Laurentide is grateful to be part of your celebrations, dinners, and game day traditions. And each purchase helps support our engineering scholarship fund. Visit our tasting room or explore our wines at shop.laurentidewinery.com. Thank you and go Blue.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
We're closing in on tip-off, so let's head into the Michigan locker room and hear from head coach Dusty May. With Coach May, here's Brian Bush.
Well, Coach, a lot that you preached in year one was trying to show what you wanted this program to be, and I thought no better indication of that was that Big Ten tournament championship game against these guys. All the box scores were ugly, yet you guys hung a banner. How much has that, in particular, been something you've been able to preach with this team, such an unselfish group?
Well, that wasn't exactly how we wanted it to look, but it was the right mindset where even when things aren't going well, we could still find a way to win the game. But we had such there's just a couple plays late in the game where we went big. Will got into Mario wide open shot, and I thought that encompassed a lot where we had to go with a hodgepodge lineup we really hadn't practiced much with, and those guys figured out a way with big stops, with unselfish basketball. So in the things that really matter, they did those things.
You're facing a player who you helped him and he helped you hang a banner at FAU, and Nick Boyd. You said during Big Ten Media Days how much he means to you. On the floor, where has he progressed, grown in this, his third stop collegiately?
Well, he's defensively is where he's grown the most, and I want to give the coaches at San Diego State a lot of credit. They were able to get him to do something we weren't able to do, put a big emphasis on defense. Now, he's an elite offensive player, and he is a pest defensively, and he's an underrated rebounder. He's a very good guard rebounder, and our fans are going to see a guy tonight pushing tempo, slicing the floor, and creating offense before our defense is set. And a big reason why he's able to do that is because he's aggressive getting outlets, but he's also a very good rebounder for his size.
Another player to talk about with them is Nolan Winter. He and Stephen Crowell created a really unique matchup, one of the few teams that could counter Area 51 with 2 7-footers. Much more Winter on the inside with Crowell being gone now. How has he evolved?
He's just a good player, and I was a little disappointed when I looked down yesterday and saw that he's a junior. So we're going to have to face him another few times next year. He just continues to improve his versatility. The way he passes and plays within the team concept is admirable. Overall, we're a big fan of Winter. We have a lot of respect for him, especially at his size, and it's obvious that program means a lot to him, and so he puts a lot into it.
Lastly, it's interesting to see Wisconsin with the tempo that they've had. They've, for so long, been a team that's tried to play slow, limit possessions. How have they done it, and what has that unlocked or changed for them compared to what you've seen from the Badgers of the past?
Well, unfortunately for us, their last game is the first game where it felt like they were moving the ball even in the same stratosphere as last year. Last year, they got it from side to side. They knew how to leverage your coverages. They had experienced guards, and their starting center and their backup center all had a lot of nuance to their game. They had so much aging experience. They were able to manipulate. They were able to really support those guards, and they're trending in that direction now. I wish they would have waited until after our game, but it's going to be fun because we're going to have to keep them from popping that ball around like a pinball machine because they're very effective when they do.
Go get him, Coach. Thanks.
Thanks, Brian.
Here's head coach Dusty May. Wolverines getting ready for the Badgers. We'll come back with Terry's keys to victory, the starting lineups, and the opening jump. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Nothing says home like Aunt Millie's. Whether it's in your cupboard, at your local Meijer, or even at Chrysler Center. From pregame breakfast, tailgate sliders, or postgame victory food, Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. Pick up all your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local store, or grab a hot dog or hamburger at Chrysler Center to see what we're all about. Aunt Millie's, closer to home.
Gambling can be fun. Here we go. Kind of like skydiving. The thrill, the excitement. But be careful, or gambling will start to feel like skydiving without a parachute. For tips that will help keep you out of harm's way, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hey, Michigan, not every injury happens on the court. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Michigan Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan. Michael Hanna, 150 West Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, 48226. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Today's broadcast is presented by the experts at University of Michigan Health. There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. To learn more about Michigan's best hospital, visit MichiganAnswers.com.
Wolverines and Badgers getting ready for a good one here today. Michigan trying to stay unbeaten and get to 15-0 and win for the fifth time in a row over the Badgers. Of course, the last time Terry Mills was in the Big Ten Tournament Championship game. There's a banner straight ahead of us, to a little bit to the right for that. How do the Wolverines keep rolling against the Badgers? What are your keys to victory?
Well, number one, it's going to start out with boxing out and rebounding. Michigan gave up 15 offensive rebounds up in Penn State. Not going to win many games giving up 15 offensive rebounds. And if you want to give a team on the road confidence or either at home, you just allow them to start offensive rebounding the ball, and you'll have yourselves in the ball game. On the flip side of that, if Michigan can get some offense or get those rebounds, they can be able to get out and push and get out in transition. Number two, take care of the basketball. Avoid the turnovers. I wasn't really concerned about the turnovers. Some of the turnovers Michigan had up in Penn State, but the ones I were concerned about was the self-inflicted turnovers. Only 12 turnovers, but I guarantee you almost 6 to 8 of those were self-inflicted. And Michigan's got to take care of that basketball. And last but not least, Michigan's got to be able to defend that three-point line. Wisconsin is not your old Wisconsin, your grandfather's Wisconsin team where, they're going to get it down low and, bump and bang. They will still do that, but you got to be able to defend that three-point line.
Yeah, the Badgers have made 10 triples a game. That would be a record in Wisconsin history. They are 8-1 on the year when they make at least 10 triples. Those are Terry's keys to victory. We'll give you the starting lineups after we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield. Here in Ann Arbor, Michigan getting ready to meet the Wisconsin Badgers. Let's give you the starting lineups. First for the men from beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. They're 10-5 overall, 2-2 in league play. Knocked off UCLA on Tuesday at an 80-72 mark. The aforementioned Nick Boyd, who Dusty May talked about, the former FAU star who played last year at San Diego State, comes in tied for fifth in the Big Ten at 19.5 points a ball game. He and the pride of Brother Rice High School and Bloomfield Hills, John Blackwell, they're the stars of the backcourt, joined by Andrew Rohde, who had his second most points in a ball game last time out. He had 12 against the Bruins. Up front, Nolan Winter anchors things. He is tied for 20th in the Big Ten in points a game, and he's fourth with more than 9 rebounds a contest. He's led the Badgers in 13 of their 15 games. He's joined by Alexis Bieljauskas, the freshman from Lithuania, who only plays about 17 minutes a ball game. Head coach is Greg Gard in his 11th season as the head man in Madison. 223 wins, 122 losses. He's won 60% of his Big Ten games. Associate head coach Joe Krabenhoff, assistants Sharif Chambliss and Lance Randall. For the Michigan Wolverines, number 2 in the AP poll, number 1 in the coaches poll, 14-0 overall, 4-0 in the league. Elliot Cadeau, who had just 1 assist at Penn State. He is the point guard yet again for Michigan. Damari Burnett, 13 points shy of 1,000 in his career. This game number 123 in Namari's 6th college season. Up front, Yaxel Lendeborg listed questionable, but he's going again with that bruised left calf. He's averaged just 10.5 points a ball game over the last 4, but he is now at 2,368 career points, including his time in JUCO. Morez Johnson Jr., the reigning Big Ten Player of the Week, starts at the 4 spot, and Adai Mara, who has a team-high 22 dunks on the year, he is at center. Head coach is Dusty May, 41-10 at Michigan, 167-79 in his 8th collegiate head coaching season. Assistants, Mike Boynton Jr., Akeem Miskadeen, Justin Joyner, Drew Williamson, and Kyle Church. Our officials tonight, Brian Dorsey, Earl Walton, and Steve McJunkins. With the national champion, Terry Mills. Our engineer, Tony Butler, and our host, Rob Joyce. I'm Brian Bush. Great to be here among the best in the business in front of the 6th consecutive sellout crowd at Chrysler with Michigan, trying to stay unbeaten. One of 6 nationally as they face off the team they beat last year in Indy for the Big Ten Tournament Championship. Nolan Winter readies to jump it up for Wisconsin. Michigan has Adai Mara 3 inches taller. Michigan with this blue out here today in blue. Wisconsin counters with a white, numerals and letters in cardinal. Ball up into the air, and on the downward trend, Mara taps it to Morez Johnson Jr. Michigan has the basketball to start things. High to the right wing, Cadeau dribbling. Surveys the scene, leave it left point, Johnson. High to the left wing, Lendeborg. Now head of the key, Mara. Pivots, leave Lendeborg. Drives in, nice speed inside, and Mara crunches it down. Two-handed left baseline. 20 seconds in, Michigan gets an easy look, 2-0 Wolverines.
Yeah, what a start for Michigan to be able to get that pick and roll, that 4-5 pick and roll action, and end up with a dunk with Mara.
High to the left side, Andrew Rohde, lob it back, Bieljauskas. He analyzes, leaves it for Nick Boyd, guarded closely by Cadeau. Lumbers right baseline, feed Bieljauskas, right wing a 3, a little bit short. Rebound, tap out of bounds, last touch, Winter, and it's going to Michigan. Good work by Morez Johnson Jr. to body up Winter after Bieljauskas fell to 8 for 28 from 3 on the year.
Yeah, well, when it comes to rebounding, you got to be the first to make contact. I kind of felt like Michigan wasn't the first up in Penn State, kind of like they were second to do everything.
High left block, Mara with it. 1 minute in, 2-0 Wolverines. Bodies up Bieljauskas, floats and scores from 6 feet away. And Adai Mara has Michigan's first 2 buckets, 4-0 U of M.
Yeah, how about the patience by Mara on the inside, just being able to catch it, survey, and go to work.
Cadeau blanketing Boyd 40 feet out, charges in, leans, scores, count into foul. And the competitive Nick Boyd, who no doubt has a little extra pep in his step, facing his former head coach. He earns the and 1 after the bump against Michigan on Adai Mara.
Yeah, well, you can see he wants to get downhill. Most guards would have relented in those type of circumstances, but Nick Boyd just kept pressing. Got to the rim and finished.
Yeah, you don't see many guards that far out be able to blow by many defenders, especially a good one like Elliot Cadeau. The lefty Boyd shoots up the free throw, nothing but net, and it's 4-3. Michigan's lead dwindles to 1. Modest press from Boyd. Michigan gets it with Namari Burnett bringing him to the forecourt, still sporting that bandage above his left eye. Trudges his way left lane line, feed Lendeborg at the point. Right wing Cadeau, a 25-foot 3, high off the heel. Offensive board Johnson, pitch left wing. Burnett, a triple try. That one goes. Namari's 20th trifecta of the year. It's 7-3 Wolverines.
Yeah, just being active. Being able to get some offensive rebounds and some putbacks.
Left corner rebuttal 3 strong from Andrew Rohde. Weak side, Yaxel Lendeborg rebound for the blue-clad Wolverines. Near sideline, Lendeborg pitch left corner. Burnett feed it in, high block left. Mara spinning in on Bieljauskas, working underneath the cup, reverses, no, and a late whistle and a foul. Coming on the freshman from Lithuania, Alexis Bieljauskas. Mara heads to the free throw line, which always is a storyline because Mara is shooting 42%.
Well, I'll tell you what, I haven't seen Mara be this patient, catching it in the post since we started the season. So maybe he's getting at a comfort level right now, being able to operate down there one-on-one in the post area.
Mara was 2 of 2 in the first half, 0 of 3 in the second half from the line at Penn State. First one up, rattles around, Klink goes out. Hit the rim 3 or 4 times, the backboard, and then found its way out. Still 7-3 Michigan, 17:58 to play. First half here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and the touch is there. I mean, if I had any complaint about him shooting free throws, it would probably be an arc. But I'm not 7'3", 7'4" either, so maybe he's looking down on it.
You're closer than most. Mara makes the second. That one's silky smooth. 8-3 Wolverines. And hey, 1 of 2 at the line. That's 1 point per possession. Michigan would like to see Mara get there versus that 42% coming in. Boyd, flip it left side. Here's a 3. Blackwell, airborne and good. And the Bloomfield Hills star, John Blackwell, gets a bucket. 8-6 Michigan. Lendeborg left side for Michigan. Lob it up, caught with the fingertips in front of the Wisconsin bench by Burnett. One dribble, flip it in. Here's Mara driving in on Bieljauskas. Picked up his bounce. Nolan Reed to a cutting. Lendeborg, who missed the money on a reverse. Fought, got it back. Laid it up and in. Counted the foul. And a modest celebration from Yax. He wanted the first. He'll take the second. +1 coming. It's 10-6 Wolverines.
Yeah, and you seen a smile from Mara. It was like, why didn't you give me my assist the first time? So Yak said, hey, I'll get it back, get me an offensive rebound and an and one.
So Lendeborg at the stripe. He looked over to the Michigan bench, said, my bad. Gave a high five to Adai Mara, knowing that he owes him an assist down the road. Lendeborg shoots the free throw and knocks it down. Lendeborg at 85% from the stripe, bumps the advantage to 5, 11-6, 17-22 left first half. Nick Boyd jogs into the forecourt. Slithers his way now toward the right point. Crossover bounce, takes it in on Johnson, stops in the paint to Bieljauskas. Line drive straight on 3. Off to the left, Burnett boxes out Boyd and secures the rebound for the Maize and Blue. Up ahead, Cadeau jogging right to left from our vantage point. Left to right if you're following along on television. Cadeau picks up the bounce. Cross wing, left wing. Here's a 3 from Burnett. Well short. Back tap rebound from Winter toward Blackwell, and he loses out of bounds. There was a modest bump there from Burnett. He very clearly relented before making contact. Wisconsin gives it back to Michigan. With the Wolverines up 11-6, 16:53 left first half as Roddy Gale Jr. comes in for Adai Mara. Oh, no, they're going to switch it out. No, Mara's going to stay. Some miscommunication there as Jack Janicki will not check in yet either.
Yeah, maybe this is an offense for defense here.
Now Will Garlock, the other 7-footer for Wisconsin, along with Nolan Winter. He spells Bieljauskas. Not quite the 7-foot combo of Nolan Winter and Stephen Crowell last year. Winter still here. Crowell now with the Jazz G League team. Mara lobbing up, caught by Johnson, jumping over Boyd. One dribble, pivots, goes to the jam, and thunders it down over Nick Boyd. A man-sized dunk from Rez. 13-6 Wolverines.
Yeah, well, Rez is all about business. He's standing on business down there in that painted area.
Blackwell takes it in, had his shot blocked, but a foul, and it was on the floor. Whistled on Yaxel Lendeborg. So Yax picks up his first and the team's second. Now Roddy Gale Jr. checks in for Adai Mara. Dusty May wanted Mara in there for one more offensive possession. And that's exactly what they got, and it worked well.
Well, I tell you what, I love what Mara brought back before that first media timeout. You can get him to do that. I mean, this Wolverine team can go a long way.
Blackwell takes it left corner, shut off by Burnett, terminates the dribble, feed the post Garlock, banging against Gale, hasn't used the dribble yet, now he goes to it right-handed, loses the handle, picked up Lendeborg, looks ahead and instead decides to just take it himself, crosses over, leans in, pitch right corner, it's Burnett, back to Lendeborg, high to the right way, 13-6 Michigan, a little bit less than 4 minutes into this first half, Lendeborg splits 2, skip left baseline, here comes Gale charging in, feed it out, caught by Burnett, extra feed Gale, over to Cadeau, now Burnett, feed the post right baseline, here comes Johnson for a layup, no, but he got fouled by Nolan Winter, and he's going to the free throw line when we come back. How about that ball movement, T?
Man, that ball is popping right there, man. I tell you what, you can't guard a team that's going to be able to pop the ball around like that. Michigan passed up a couple beautiful opportunities to, it was like, no, you shoot it, no, I'll shoot it. No, let's throw it inside to Rez. Let's see what Rez can do with it.
15:55 remaining first half. Michigan has led the whole way so far, up 13-6 on the Badgers and on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Fires Wolf on the right wing, splits two, over to Burnett, left wing, a three for the win.
The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to ring in the new year with great offers from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend, which comes standard with 5 available GOAT modes. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $319 a month for 36 months, with $1,939 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 Open Trade Assist and $750 ICI Alternative Cash. Offers are only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by February 2nd. See dealer for qualifications and details. Start the new year off in a new SUV and lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $319 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Michigan 13, Wisconsin 6. We're at the 15:55 mark of this first half. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, and Rob Joyce here this afternoon. As the official property restoration partner of Michigan Athletics, Belfour Property Restoration is celebrating and honoring first responders and members of the armed forces in our community. You can nominate someone at mgoblue.com/hero. Terry, your thoughts on what a dime Mara gave Michigan in the first 3 of that 4-minute battle?
I mean, it's all positives, whether he was passing it, whether he was scoring it, being a threat, defending the basket. I mean, just probably, in my opinion, probably his best stint thus far this season with that little 4-minute stretch that he had there. But, overall, I don't think Michigan could get off to a better start. Some of the things that have plagued them, the turnovers that plagued them in Penn State, hey, they forced Wisconsin to 2 turnovers. They had 0. So what a start there in that department. Also, we talked about the offensive rebound. Michigan with 2 offensive rebounds of themselves. Wisconsin with 0. So, talk about learning from your mistakes. I think Michigan is on top of it.
Wisconsin has the basketball. Down by 7 here in Ann Arbor as Nick Boyd brings it into the forecourt. Around a screen from Will Garlock, loses the handle, kicked out of bounds. Last touch by Wisconsin, Jack Janicki, the closest to it. Cadeau bothering defensively, and the Wolverines get it. Badgers playing without one of their big men for the second straight game. Austin Rapp, the reigning West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year, got hurt in the practice before the UCLA game, did not play against the Bruins, out again today, has some size at 6'10". Left point, Lendeborg, high to the left wing, Burnett. Now handoff, it's Johnson. Push pass, right side Cadeau, chugs to the left elbow. Lob pass, right corner Gale, and he had his pocket picked by Garlock. Interception for Wisconsin. Wolverines' second turnover. In between the circles, Blackwell charges right block, fades away from 8, missed it short. Rebound Cadeau, jumping pass up ahead, Lendeborg leans in over Winter, didn't get it to go off glass, and Blackwell peels off the Wisconsin carom. Shovel up ahead, Boyd, Euros in the lane, high floater, blocked out of bounds by Johnson, who spills toward that Lippman logo on the stanchion to our right. Oh, Rez soaring and preventing that layup from going down.
Yeah, I think that Nick Boyd thought he had a free one there. Well, when it comes to being around Reds and these Wolverines, there is no such thing as a free bucket.
Wolverines bring LJ Casey, who had 14 first-half points at Penn State in. He spells Namari Burnett. Wholesale changes for Wisconsin. First appearances for Braden Carrington here tonight, along with Andrew Rohde back out there for the first time, with Blackwell, Bieljauskas, and also Garlock. Right baseline, it's Carrington. Leave it inside for a charge of Bieljauskas, who lays it in low on the right. And it's 13-8 Michigan. Left side, Cadeau, hand fighting with Carrington, and a foul comes on the former Minnesota Golden Gopher. As Carrington picks up his first on his first defensive possession. Number 3 in terms of fouls for the Badgers here in the half. Inbound for Michigan.
Yeah, you talk about LJ Case and company, and we had a monster first half up in Penn State. I tell you, he gives Michigan just a different look.
Inbound Gale considers a left pocket 3. Instead drives, gets shut off, and leaves it left wing Johnson. Flip it over Cadeau, and Rohde bumps him high to the right wing. So Rohde's first, team's 4th, as Adai Mara returns for Morez Johnson Jr. And Elliot Cadeau gives way to Trey McKinney. Little fun former high school battle between Orchard Lake St. Mary's Trey McKinney and brother Rice, John Blackwell. They played each other a few times in high school. McKinney watched a lot of his games over the last couple of years in Wisconsin. Right baseline, Kaysen, tiptoes, feet at left corner, Gale. Jumping past McKinney, left point of 3, and it's an air ball out of bounds going back to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's tough just to come right in. I mean, he wasn't literally in 2 seconds and had a wide open shot there, so I don't expect to see too many more of those from Trey.
14-14 on a rolling first half clock. Michigan 13, Wisconsin 8. Lone regular season meeting between the two teams that faced off in the Big Ten Tournament Championship game last year. Right baseline, a shot put attempt by Bieljauskas swirls out. Rebound tapped its way to Gale. Up ahead, McKinney drives in, splits 2. Got fouled, laid it up well short. But Trey McKinney, after airballing a 3, muscles his way to a couple of free throws after already the second foul against Andrew Rohde, the senior who averages 25 minutes a game.
Well, that's how you get into your rhythm there. I mean, Trey could have easily just settled, but I'll tell you what, he tried to get to the basket, and it's probably the best for him as far as his game is concerned, that he can do both. He can knock it down outside and get to the rim.
McKinney at 86% from the line, knocks down the first. The Wolverines inflate the lead to 14-8. 6 minutes into this first half, Nolan Winter returns. Will Garlock exits. Rohde still out there with those 2 fouls. One more coming for McKinney. And it is good, and they actually update it. It's no longer on Rohde. They give it to John Blackwell. So Blackwell picks up the foul. And he has 1, Rohde has 1. We'll see if that ends up being a good or a bad thing, with Blackwell being one of the Badgers' best players. Left corner, Winter drives in, feed to a cutting. Blackwell laid it up and in, wanted a foul, didn't come, but he gets 2, 15-10 Wolverines.
It's a good strong move there by Blackwell. He was able to make contact on the Wolverine before he got that shot up.
Right pocket 3 ball, McKinney, airborne. This one goes. He forgot about that air ball quickly, and the Wolverines have their largest lead of the afternoon, 18-10, 13.5 to play first half. Press on, one arm pass way ahead. Winter catches it on the opposite left wing and hands off to Blackwell. Right wing Carrington around a meaty screen from Winter. Settles to Blackwell, who slows things down. Blackwell looks around, going up against his former in-state foe. Steps back, long 3 right point. Front iron, backboard and out, rebound Mara. Transition flip ahead near sideline Gale. Goes to a back down on Rohde, who tried to remove the chair. Gale keeps his footing, spins along the baseline. Touch pass right point, 3 ball. Lendeborg rattles home. Roddy Gale's tremendous footwork leads to a timeout-inducing triple from Yaxel Lendeborg. 21-10 Michigan early.
Yeah, Michigan's able to apply that pressure. Talked about it earlier. Getting stops and getting clean rebounds gives you an opportunity to get out there, and Michigan is playing Michigan-style basketball.
21-10 Michigan. That use it or lose it timeout that we've seen head coaches here at Chrysler Center use a ton. And the reality is, if you allow this crowd, this team, to overwhelm you in the first half, doesn't matter if you have 100 timeouts in the second half, you've got to slow it down.
Yeah, you got to find a way with these Wolverines, because they hit you in waves right now, and all of a sudden that jump shot is starting to click. Their offense is very smooth right now, and they're really selling out down here on the defensive end. They know they can get stopped. They can get out and do it.
Wolverines playing their tempo, though. Wisconsin's playing a lot faster. 2 years ago, they were sub-300th nationally in terms of tempo. Last year, 149. This year, they're the 50th fastest team in the country, 3rd in the Big Ten, which is wild, as Terry talked about in his keys to victory. Right side, Bieljauskas for the Badgers out of the timeout to Carrington. Wheels his way right elbow. Tough pass left corner. Shot fake Blackwell around the rainbow. Winter. Open catch and shoot 3 goes. Nolan Winter doesn't shoot those a ton. His 14th triple make of the year. And the Badgers with a good play out of the timeout, 21-13 U of M.
Yeah, how about the ball movement by the Badgers? I mean, they kind of snapped that ball around a little bit, but Michigan was right there, ready to defend.
Kaysen leans in, left lane line, pauses the dribble, has to fling one up there, and somehow swirls out. Mara almost tapped it from underneath the cup. Play on, rebound Badgers. Immediate timeout, next stoppage, 11:53 left first half. Michigan a 21-13 advantage. High to the right side, Bieljauskas, flip Carrington. Rainmaking right wing free, no, but McKinney did not allow Carrington a drop spot on the follow-through. A foul called on the Michigan freshman, and Braden Carrington has 3 free throws after the stoppage. Time out of the floor, 11:46 left first half. The Wolverines enjoy a 21-13 cushion on visiting Wisconsin. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Hey Wolverine fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Michigan basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Michigan Wolverines. Let's go Wolverines! SeatGeek.
At Soaring Eagle, make it a hot Valentine's night. 5-time Grammy nominee El DeBarge and Keith Washington putting love in the air. You're all I need. Tickets as low as $50 and are on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office or etix.com. This Valentine's night, make it hot. El DeBarge and Keith Washington at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The entire way, enjoying a 21-13 lead right now on the Wisconsin Badgers. Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, where the mountains go blue. Celebrate responsibly. 2025. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer. Well, Terry, Michigan certainly did not play well on Tuesday night against Penn State. What have you liked in the first 8+ minutes here so far as a response?
Well, just the way they paid attention to detail in that film session that they had by talking about rebounding the basketball and not allowing teams to get 15 offensive rebounds and also taking care of the basketball. I mean, Michigan has responded very well. I mean, sometimes you can talk about it, sometimes you can be about it. Michigan is showing that they're about it right now.
So 3 free throws forthcoming for Braden Carrington, who played his first couple of seasons at Minnesota under Ben Johnson. Last year averaged 7.5 points a game at Tulsa. Not played much this last few games here as he makes the first free throw. Hasn't surpassed 10 minutes of action any of their last 5. Second free throw rattles home. He's now 9 of 12 from the line on the season, including these 2 makes and 2 tries. 21-15 Michigan. Wolverines had a 6-0 run that caused the timeout for Wisconsin, and it stays at a 5-0 run as Carrington misses on the third. You don't see that much where someone makes the first 2 and then misses the last on a 3 free throw trip. But Michigan boards it. They've got Will Cheddar out there for the first time, joined by McKinney, Gale, Mara, and Kaysen. Gale, high left block, backs down against Carrington. In some trouble, trying to communicate with Mara. Wheels around him, now flips a bullet toward him, left block. Waits for clear out, then laid it up, no, but tapped it back home himself. Adai Mara, not the most fluid possession, but he was taller than everybody there. 23-15 Wolverines.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing out of Mara, but I'll tell you what, I had an opportunity to...
Carrington pumps up a 3, well short. Tap rebound out of bounds. Last touch, Bieljauskas. He's requesting a replay. Everybody begging Greg Gard over there, the suited up 11th year Wisconsin head coach.
Yeah, and he's not even looking at it. I mean, I don't think you really want to challenge this early in the ball game, but
Michigan may have caught a break. 9 minutes in, Michigan by 8. Kaysen, whip it, McKinney left point. Jogs left wing, over to Gale. Dump it down, here's Mara. Flip to a driving McKinney. Layup, no, but it was a goaltend block. Hit backboard, then the fingertips of Carrington. Counted for 2 for Michigan's freshman Trey McKinney. 25-15 Wolverines.
Yeah, how about the dime by Dai Mara? I mean, talking about the way Dai Mara is diming and dropping dimes. Put him on triple-double alert here.
7 points, 2 boards, and that his first assist. Should have had a second, but Yaks had to put his own miss back earlier. Boyd around a screen from Bieljauskas. Drives into the paint, flips it back out Blackwell. Left wing Winter, center circle Blackwell. Timer at 7. Michigan's lead is 10. Left side Bieljauskas a 3. Already his 3rd attempt of the night, and he missed it. Strong rebound Mara. There's number 3. Left wing McKinney probes into the paint, spins, banks well short. A lot of contact from Winter. No call. Rebound Winter. Badgers 5-on-4 for a moment. McKinney gets back defensively now. Boyd slows it down to the left side around a Bieljauskas hedge. Darts his way into the paint, reverses, missed it short because of a good Mara contest, and Morez Johnson Jr. peels off the Michigan carom. Up ahead, Kaysen slithers to the free throw line, stops the dribble, couple of pump fakes, lob it out, Johnson catches in front of Boyd, banging inside against him, lost the handle, intercepted Bieljauskas, Badgers ball. 9:43 to play first half, 25-15, Wolverines have led the entire way. Right side, Boyd tries a 3, left side and out, rebound Kaysen for the maize and blue. Kaysen in between the circles to Johnson straight on. Left side Kaysen, high block left, Mara. Surveys the seat against Bieljauskas. Faces up, now 1 dribble back down. Knee-high pass, McKinney another 3. Way too strong. And Bieljauskas reels in the rebound in front of the Wisconsin bench. Near sideline Boyd, detours to the point. Bieljauskas, handoff Blackwell, the Michigan native. A little elbow on Johnson, laid it up and in. And it's 25-17 in favor of Michigan. A whistle. Not sure what the stoppage was. 2 subs come in for the Badgers, but why did the play stop? I think they wanted to clean something off the floor. That must have been it. In any event, that slowed down what probably was going to be another Michigan push. Subs on both sides. Michigan has Cadeau, Johnson, Cheddar, Lendeborg, and Burnett on the floor with the basketball up 8, 9 minutes to play first half. Johnson at the point, dribbles high with the left hand over to the left wing, peels back right side, give it Lendeborg, dribbling against Winter, discards to Cadeau, left side Lendeborg, feed the post Johnson, one-on-one against his defender Janicki, spins in, leans in, banks and scores. Way too easy against Jack Janicki, and Morez Johnson Jr. scores 2, 27-17 Michigan.
Yeah, that's like to call that mouse in the house right there. You get a young little guy down there, just using, abusing.
And then a steal by Lendeborg. Picked his pocket, drives in, a lot of contact. He's fouled, flings it up, hit iron, no good. We'll see if they call that a continuation. In the NBA, I think it had a chance. In college, yeah, we'll see. But Lendeborg does one heck of a job. And they do count it as a shot for Lendeborg, so 2 free throws on the roadie foul. This is 2nd and the team's 6th.
One thing you see about Michigan players is that no matter whether a play go for them or not, it's kind of next play mentality. Never see a Michigan player really into it with the officials. It's kind of like, all right, it's time to just keep playing here.
Lendeborg gets a friendly bounce on the front end. 28-17 Michigan. 8:22 left first half. Badgers have Boyd, Janicki, Rohde, Winters, and Blackwell on the floor. Michigan shooting 10 of 19 from the floor, 3 of 7 from deep. They're 5 of 6 at the line. Lendeborg, a knee bend, a hoist, and a swish. 29-17, maize and blue. Their largest lead, it's at a dozen, as Michigan tries to get to 15-0 overall and 5-0 in the league. One of 6 unbeatens coming into play today. Boyd high to the right side here for Wisconsin. Crosses over on Johnson. Pivots his way to the left block. Banker too strong. Good contest by Lendeborg and Johnson, but Yaks knocked it out of bounds. And Yaks looked over to the bench saying, nope, no review. That was off me. Wisconsin inbounds baseline right.
Tell you what, I give Michigan's bigs a lot of credit. If you can stay in front of Nick Boyd, I think you can probably just about figure it all out.
Well, that's what Dusty May was talking about. The offense has been there for Boyd since he stepped on campus in Boca Raton 5 years ago. but the defense is what Wisconsin and San Diego State have really unlocked. Inbound, Blackwell, backpedals right wing, uses a Winter screen, almost walked with it as he passes left side. Grody back to Blackwell, face guarded by Cheddar, shot clock at 6, spins left elbow, fades over Cheddar, way short rebound Burnett, outstanding defense from Will. Namari right to left, slows things down after getting past the timeline. Johnson to Cadeau, ponders a 25-footer, lob it up, Johnson catches, floats, scores. He paused right in front of Boyd, who wanted to try to induce a charge, and Johnson never made contact. 31-17 Michigan, they've scored 6 straight.
I tell you what, coaches love that, for a big guy to be able to catch it in the lane and not plow anyone over, just catch it and have that soft touch.
A whistle away from the basketball and a foul comes on Michigan. It's on Elliot Cadeau, perplexed by that call. It's Elliot's first and number 4 on the Wolverines this half. Timeout on the floor, 7:20 left first half. Michigan up 31-17 on the Badgers. Here on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, exclusive freight partner of Michigan Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Today's game is brought to you by Sleep Number. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time only at Sleep Number or sleepnumber.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand, when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Wire to wire so far for Michigan. The #1 team in the Coaches Bowl, leading Wisconsin 31-17, 7:20 remaining first half. Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Well, Terry, there were plenty of issues from that narrow win at Penn State. Michigan outboarded by 6, out offensive rebounded by 8. They only shot 8 of 27 from 3, and they had those early turnover issues, 6 in the first half of half 1. But the one area that was really surprising, the big 3, Yax, Morez, and Adai, combined for 20 points on 6 of 16 shooting already today. 12 and a half minutes into this ballgame, 21 points on 7 of 12 field goals. They've more than certainly made some amends and some adjustments from that Penn State game.
Yeah, but it just shows you how complete this team is, for them to be able to, go out and get a tough, grinded-out win without those guys being on their A game. I guarantee you that those particular players say, thank you, guys, we owe you. And I tell you what, they came out here today playing like their hair is on fire.
Out of the timeout, Boyd triggers into Blackwell, who has a right corner, joined by Winter, Carrington, and Janicki for the white-clad Badgers, 10-5 overall, 2-2 in Big Ten play. Left side, Boyd, timer down to 7. The former FAU star to the right wing, Blackwell, 3 over. Lendeborg is a swish. John Blackwell is team-high 34th triple on the year, and it's 31-20 Michigan.
Yeah, well, Blackwell's coming back home, and of course he wants to play well. I guarantee he might have 50 people here or better.
Cadeau gallops into the paint, misses off glass from the right block, ball loose on the deck. Several Wolverines and Badgers down on the floor, still fighting along the right elbow. Finally, a jump ball will give the possession to Wisconsin. Roddy Gale Jr., the closest Wolverine to it. Not sure who from the Badgers were there, but boy, both teams went all out trying to retrieve that basketball.
And that's what you didn't see up at Penn State. I mean, Michigan might have got on the floor, but they were second to get on the floor. You got to get down there. Show that you want it. You can't bend at the waist. You got to get out there and get it.
31-20 Michigan. We got 6:40 to play first half here. In meeting 177 all-time between these two. Left corner Blackwell tries a three. Got a friendly roll here in his home state. And John Blackwell has a personal 6-0 surge. 31-23, Badgers within 8. Left side, Cadeau. High right-handed bounce. Skip pass right corner. Gale left alone. Sizes up a three and missed it strong. Cadeau soars in for the rebound. Gets called for the foul. Jumping over Nick Boyd, who smacks his hands together a few times. That's foul number 2 on Elliot Cadeau, where the foul issues have at times been a problem for Cadeau in the first half.
Yeah, well, here's the adjustment, and I feel like the adjustment Michigan is going to make. Michigan's trying to drop it down in the post again, where they're kind of running a spy on the backside of it right now. Michigan going to start to flash that guy right in the middle and start to get buckets.
Likely some big minutes here for L.J. Kaysen, who had 14 in the first half at Penn State 4 days ago. Badgers with possession. Michigan the 8-point lead at 31-23. Blackwell holds the basketball top of the block M as we hit the 6-minute mark of the first half. Blackwell drives in. Shot no, but a foul on Morez Johnson Jr. as he tried to wall up. And just like Cadeau, Rez has 2 fouls. Excuse me, that's number 1 on him. Beg your pardon. So Rez with his first, team 6th. The Maze Rage behind us disagreeing with that whistle, but John Blackwell, who shoots at 83% from the line, has 2 for Wisconsin.
Yeah, you got to give Wisconsin credit. I mean, they're trying to turn that corner, and they're trying to get downhill.
As you hear from the Maze Rage, Blackwell strong on the first toss. 5:58 left first half, 31-23 still. The Wolverines in front by 8. Blackwell's second. Bullseye. He's got 14 of the Badgers' 24. Michigan paced by Yaxel Lendeborg's 8. L.J. Kaysen into the forecourt, guarded closely by fellow number 2, Nick Boyd. Lendeborg now, left wing, shuttles to the right, head of the key. Left corner, Gale, feed the post Johnson, catches into a double team, spins, pivots, banks, and scores. Nice move from Johnson, never dribbling low on the left. 33-24 Wolverines, stopping a 7-0 Wisconsin run.
Yeah, he's not worried about that spy on the backside right now because he's just powering it up.
Boyd jumping past left corner. Carrington a 3. In and out. Good contest. Lendeborg. Johnson with the rebound. His pass transition intercepted Winter. Over to Janicki, who laid it up and in low on the left. How about that athletic play from Winter, needing all 7 feet of his frame to secure it. Then Burnett, dangerous dribbles into the paint. Able to save it to Kaysen. High to the right point. It's Gale. Drudges. Left lane line. Feed left wing Kaysen. Back left point Johnson. Handoff LJ. 5 minutes left first half. 33-26 Michigan. Gale, lob it over to the left block. Johnson, 1 dribble, hook shot. Good, a fadeaway there from Morez Johnson Jr. Don't see that in the bag much. 35-26 Michigan. On the other side, a lot of contact and a bit of a shove from Yaxel Lendeborg. Whistled for it as he spilled John Blackwell to the deck. So Yax has his second at the 4:44 mark of the first half. 35-26 Michigan. Damari Burnett heads to the bench, as does whom? One other has to, as Adimara came in. Now Yaxel Lendeborg leaves with those 2 fouls. So it is Trey McKinney out there with Gale, Mara, Johnson, and Kaysen. Blackwell bends the knees, shoots it up, and knocks down the first. That was the front end of a 1-and-1. Boy, some people, when they come back home, they struggle a little bit. Blackwell looks right at home. He has 15 for Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, I think that young man made the right choice. I mean, kind of threw his name in the hat to try to test the waters in the NBA. I think he did the right thing by coming back and improving his game.
Makes both free throws, 35-28. Michigan has led the entire first half. It's been as great as 14, half of that now. Right side, Gale accelerates, lobs up toward Mara, who's in some pain as he labors his way to the other end. Mara kind of stopped on a dime and tried to recoil on that alley-oop. Straight on three, up and off to the right by Janicki. Rebound, back tap, and saved by Boyd. Mara trying to flex himself a little bit here in some pain. Bieljauskas right wing. He tries a three ball and knocks it down. Bieljauskas with his first tray of the game, and it's 35-31. Badgers within 4.
Yeah, well, you kind of understood that, hey, Wisconsin would make a run. It's just about how Michigan's going to respond.
Left side, Johnson. A rebuttal three goes. Rez with triple number 4 and 9 tries. That's found money these days. 38-31 Michigan.
I'll tell you what, this Rez, this type of game here.
Playing like the reigning Big Ten Player of the Week with 13. Then McKinney bumps Boyd 40 feet out to bring us to immediate timeout. So Trey McKinney is the third Wolverine at 2 fouls. And Nick Boyd heads to the line for a 1-and-1 when we come back. 38-31, Michigan the lead with 3:41 to play first half on this, the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits. We have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
If you haven't listened to the Defend the Block podcast, here's what you've been missing.
With Will Cheddar,
I think that's what our team really needs to be focused on, that 1-0 mentality. Obviously, everyone's aware of what everyone's saying. Like, I mean, it's kind of inevitable. Like, if you have a cell phone, you know what's going on. But being able to kind of block that out.
Defend the Block, covering Michigan basketball all year long on MGO Blue Podcasts. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Daily 3 and 4 players know their numbers, forward and backward. And this month, that's how they're celebrating.
Hooray! Hip hip!
Because it's Daily 3 and Daily 4 straight back bonus days.
Dog diggity hot!
Just play your favorite Daily 3 and 4 numbers as usual, midday or evening. And if your straight bet matches in reverse order, you can win up to a $1,000 bonus.
Bye-bye!
But only for a limited time. The Daily 3 and 4.
Or 4 and 3!
Straight back bonus. Only from the Michigan Lottery.
You mean the Lottery, Michigan.
Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for the players every game at Chrysler Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, the official hardwood floor care provider of the Michigan Wolverines.
Michigan a 38-31 lead on their rivals from Madison, Wisconsin. We got 3:41 to play here in this first half. It's a special day in Ann Arbor. It's a blue out today. It's also the C.S. Mott Children's Hospital presenting sponsorship day. Thanks to our friends at Michigan Medicine. Some great activities. The team has custom themed shirts. Hail to the little victors on the back of those. We've had a couple of key youngsters helping us out here today. Rosalina Vilches delivered the game ball. Rosalina's battled some kidney disease, had a multi-organ transplantation surgery at the age of 6, but is doing well. And Abram Buter just had a great interview with our buddy Zach Linfield here in front of the fans. He was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma last year. He's been battling ever since, loves camping, riding bikes. Always a special day. We're thankful to Rosalina and Abram for helping it. And certainly been a strong start here for Michigan, Terry Mills, but no doubt foul trouble could become a factor. Trey McKinney, Elliot Cadeau, and Yaxel Lendeborg all with 2 fouls. Michigan 8 team fouls in the first half.
Yeah, well, there'll be some adjustments made. I feel like, Michigan won't allow that to become a factor. And also, I think that they're going to start getting downhill and start putting some more pressure on this Wisconsin team.
So Nick Boyd at the free throw line for the front end of a 1-and-1. He shoots it up there, knocks it down. Now 2 of 2 at the line today and 80% on his season. He averaged 9 points a ball game for that FAU team that reached the Final Four in 2023. This year he scored at least 12 in every game. Connects on both free throws, giving him 5. early on today. The star for Wisconsin has been John Blackwell, the Bloomfield Hills native, with 16, helping Wisconsin stay afloat here. 38-33, Michigan clinging to a 5-point lead. McKinney, the only of 3 playing with 2 fouls right now. Dump it down, Gale. Looks around, leave it McKinney. Pop up 3 ball is no. A lot of contact, no whistle. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Boyd. But Terry, you certainly thought that was a foul, and the whistle never came.
Yeah, but
we just saw one of those no follow-through zone fouls called on Michigan on the other side earlier in the night.
Yeah, I mean, not a landing area for him, but I tell you what, you didn't see Trey McKinney blink an eye. You know, I mean, he just had that same look on his face as if he just scored.
Dump down to Mara, fling it off the side of the backboard with the shot clock dwindling. No good. Rebound Boyd. Charges left to right. Leans in on Kaysen. Shot rejected and it's apex by Johnson. Deflects to Mara. Up ahead Kaysen. Head of steam to the rack. His layup attempt swatted by Carrington. Lob ahead Boyd. 1-on-1 and he'll lay it up and in past McKinney. 38-35. Michigan's lead down to 3. Gale into the forecourt for Michigan. 2:46 to play. These Badgers weren't going to go away easily. Detour left for Gale. Picked up the dribble. Johnson right wing. Dump it down on a bounce. Mara. Flip toward Gale. Intercepted Carrington. Michigan's 6th turnover. To Boyd. In between the circles. Handoff Blackwell. Drives left lane line. Bullet pass through the wickets of Bieljauskas. That's a tough one to handle near his shoe tops. Turnover number 5 for the Badgers.
Yeah, and you see Rez signaling to his teammates to just calm down a little bit. Let's just calm down.
Michigan led 31-17 with about 7.5 minutes to play here in this first half. It's now 38-35 Michigan. Right block, Mara backs down against Bieljauskas, spins into a double team. Flip it left corner, McKinney. And he stepped on the sideline. Another Michigan turnover. 2:10 left first half. Badgers get it back down 3 as Will Cheddar spells a gassed Morez Johnson Jr.
Well, I think that when you look at Mara, he's more comfortable being on that left side so he can come to the middle with his right as opposed to being on the right side, having to come in with his left. So that'll get him back to his comfort zone.
Center circle, Nick Boyd. Around a modest Bieljauskas screen, wheels his way into the paint and was blocked on a shot attempt by Mara. Jumping 2-arm pass, caught left wing Gale. Drives in on Carrington, reverses, no. A lot of contact, got his own rebound. Flip right side, Kaysen a 3. Rattles around and pops out of there. Boarded by Carrington for the Badgers. Michigan has missed 5 in a row. High to the left side, Blackwell with a shoulder-high right-handed dribble. Shifts to the left-hand dribble. Gets Cheddar on a switch. Lob it up, Winter, base of the block. Winter been quiet. 3 points and no rebounds. He averages better than 9 boards a game. Boyd to the Big Ten logo. Shuttles it up there, scores it from 7. And the Badgers have cut it to 1. 38-37 Michigan, $1:12 left first half. LJ Kaysen into the forecourt for Michigan. With Cheddar, Gale, Mara, and McKinney. Kaysen, right wing. Still dribbling with the right hand. Shot clock at 12. A stagnant offensive possession. Kaysen goes to work. Right elbow. Picks up the bounce. Flip a bounce pass. Intercepted easily by Blackwell. Michigan's 8th turnover. Boy, Michigan kind of needs halftime right now. Badgers can go for a 2-for-1. Left side Bieljauskas. Leave for Carrington. Around a Bieljauskas screen. Give it back to the Lithuanian who shoots a 3 for the lead. Missed it to the right. Rebound Cheddar. And Will smartly slows it down here as he brings it into the forecourt. 30 seconds left. Timeout Michigan and Dusty May. 6 straight for the Badgers. Terry, Michigan hasn't scored in 3.5 game minutes. You don't see that much at all from this team. What have you noticed the Badgers have been able to do?
Well, I mean, the Badgers are definitely playing physical, but I think Michigan is getting a little stagnant where they don't have any movement. We seen that ball popping earlier when Michigan was having a lot of success, and all of a sudden that ball is just staying on one side. Got to get that ball to popping again.
Subscribe to the official podcast of Michigan Athletics, Go Blue Podcast, wall-to-wall coverage of Michigan hoops on Defend the Block. A whole lot of audio content there as well. We'll return with In the Trenches this coming Wednesday, covering Michigan football. Been a busy few weeks for the football program. Go Blue Podcast. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So with a 6-second game clock, shot clock differential, the Wolverines bring Yaxel Lendeborg back into the game with those 2 fouls. Also, Damari Burnett checks in with Cheddar, Mara, and Kaysen. Badgers counter with Boyd, Blackwell, Winter, Bieljauskas, and Carrington. Far sideline, Kaysen inbounds to Burnett, who gives it to LJ. So LJ will bleed some clock with Michigan leading 38-37, but the Badgers possessing quite a momentum shift. Left side, Kaysen. Handoff Lendeborg. Timer at 8. Lendeborg crosses over on Boyd. Works to the free throw line. Euros in the lane. High floater, no, off the front iron. Rebound, Bieljauskas with 7 seconds left. To Boyd. Charges left to right. Lendeborg stole it away from him. Deflects to Carrington. Hoist a right wing 3 that comes up short. And that's the end of the first half. A great start, but then a sloppy end to this first half. Wolverines leading 38-37. But boy, it sure feels like it is a trailing situation for Michigan. Up by just 1. A 3-minute, 51-second scoring drought here for Michigan to close the first half. So the Wolverines up by 1, hoping to be joined by Akeem Miskadeen here at the first half. But I think he got to the locker room. 38-37 Michigan. What are your thoughts on this first half, Terry?
Well, I'll tell you what, they got to get back to playing Michigan basketball where they can start moving that ball from side to side. Michigan was able to weather the storm, but you're talking about being up by as much as 14, cut it to 1. And like you said, it almost feels if Michigan doesn't have the lead, but we'll be okay.
Akeem Miskadeen coming by to stop by and join us here real quick. I was trying to wave him off, if I'm being honest, unveiling the fourth wall, but didn't quite get it. Akeem is here. He's still an athlete. He still can give us some time here on the halftime show. And let's visit with Michigan assistant Akeem Miskadeen. Back to you, T.
Yeah, Coach, you talking about being scoreless for the last 3 minutes and 51 seconds. What did you see during that time?
We're in foul trouble. 2 of our best playmakers are out with EC and Yax. So we got to play some more discipline on the defensive end so we can have at least one of our playmakers back in and return the ball over a little bit the last couple of minutes, and we can get the shots on the rim.
Yeah, do you think a lot of those turnovers were kind of self-inflicted, or do you think that Wisconsin kind of turned their defense up a little bit?
No, 100% self-inflicted. Wisconsin, they play a pack line defense, and we got to kick the ball out. They're going to have 4 or 5 guys in the lane. We're trying to force feed it into the paint.
I appreciate you, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Terry. Thanks to Akeem Miskadeen for stopping by as well. And thanks to Tom Wyrot for his hustle there and showing his 4.4 speed for us, getting Akeem. 38-37, Michigan with the lead. Rob Joyce has our halftime show next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Champions Circle is the leading Michigan athletics fan engagement community. We connect fans with once-in-a-lifetime experiences, produce public and private events, offer club memberships, and operate an online retail store, selling exclusive apparel, trading cards, autographs, and other memorabilia featuring Michigan student athletes. To become a member or learn more about how you can support your favorite Michigan student athletes, visit championscircleUofM.com. Champions Circle is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics.
Hey, Michigan, not every injury happens on the court. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Michigan Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan. Michael Hanna, 150 West Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, 48226. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
A quick 60-second local timeout, then more Wolverines basketball. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to ring in the new year with great offers from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend, which comes standard with 5 available GOAT modes. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $319 a month for 36 months, with $1,939 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 Open Trade Assist and $750 ICI Alternative Cash. Offers are only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by February 2nd. See dealer for qualifications and details. Start the new year off in a new SUV and lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $319 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Welcome to the Michigan Basketball Halftime Show. Analysis, highlights, and stats from the first 20 minutes are on the way. Now, here's your host, Rob Joyce.
Well, it was a good start to the first half, but a sloppy finish, and Michigan is clinging to a 1-point lead at the break, 38-37 on Wisconsin. Time to look back at the opening 20 minutes with the highlights. After Tuesday's game against Penn State, saw the Wolverines have a bit of a sleepy start in both halves. Today, much better offensively. 5 early from Adai-Mara, Namari Burnett a 3, Yaxel Lendeborg and 1, and Morris Johnson Jr. put an exclamation on a very good opening 4 minutes for the hosts.
Mara lobbing up, caught by Johnson, jumping over Boyd. One dribble, pivots, goes to the jam, and thunders it down over Nick Boyd. A man-sized dunk from Rez. 13-6 Wolverines.
That was the score at the under-16 timeout. The hot start continued after the break. Wisconsin sub 40% in the early going and allowed to lead. They hit double digits for the first time just over 7 minutes in.
Spins along the baseline. Touch pass right point. 3-ball. Lendeborg rattles home. Ronnie Gale's tremendous footwork leads to a timeout-inducing triple from Yaxel Lendeborg. 21-10 Michigan early.
Wisconsin then cut it to 6 after the timeout. Wolverines, 10 of the next 12, under 8 timeout. It was 31-17. U of M seemed to be in cruise control. Then slowly but surely, the tides turned. John Blackwell, a personal 7-0 run for Wisconsin. He had 16 in the first half. He halved the lead himself, 31-24. Badgers got to within 4 at the 4-minute mark, 35-31. Morris Johnson Jr., a 3, stopped the run to make it 38-31 with 3:53 left in the half. And then Michigan wouldn't score again. Missed their final 6 shots, allowed the Badgers to score the final 6 of the half. And it is a 1-point lead for Michigan at the break, 38-37. Halftime show continues. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield. One-point lead for the Wolverines. We'll check the scoreboard next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app. For the win! Got it! Let's go! Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis. He's got it! So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at Progressive.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Michigan. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Michigan and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Michigan.
Michigan, a 38-37 lead on Wisconsin. Quick check of scores. 3 other games today in the Big Ten. The magical start for Nebraska continues. Down 16 in the second half at Assembly Hall. Huskers storm back, take down Indiana 83-77 to improve to 16-0 overall. Other games, they're about to begin at Mackey Arena. Purdue puts its 4-0 conference record on the line against Penn State. The only other game is tonight at 8 o'clock from Pauley Pavilion. UCLA and Maryland both trying to end 2-game losing slides. Terps Nittany Lions Northwestern, the only teams without a Big Ten win to this point. Nationally, a busy day going on right now. 4th-ranked UConn up on DePaul, 50-34 out of the under-12 timeout in Hartford. Number 7 Houston early on with a 33-26 halftime lead at Baylor. 11th-ranked Vanderbilt up 16 on LSU early second half, 56-40. Noon window starting to wind down. Number 20 Louisville trail at the half. Big second half, 75-62 victors over Boston College. 21st ranked Tennessee losing big at Florida, 83-64 Gators late. And then number 22 Kansas about to lose at West Virginia, 84-72 Mountaineers in the final minute. Again, through 20 minutes, Michigan up 1, 38-37. Brian, the first half box score next on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Neighbors help neighbors. That's why when the unexpected happens, floods, fires, or tornadoes hit, Belfour has your back. At Belfour, we are the people who live next door. Faces and names you know, right here in Michigan. For us, the only thing more important than restoring your property is helping you rebuild your life whenever disasters strike. 24/7, 365. Belfour Property Restoration. Your home, your life, our promise. Call 800-800-BELFOR or visit Belfour.com.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wolverines a 38-37 lead on Wisconsin in a game that Michigan led 31-17 with about 7.5 minutes to play. Badgers finished on a 20-7 flurry to cut it to 1. First half stats brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Wolverines, they missed their last 6 shots from the field, giving them a 45% first half showing. They're 4 of 11 from downtown and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Badgers counter at 39% overall, 5 of 16 from deep, 8 of 10 from the line. Each player with one clear leading scorer. For Wisconsin, it is John Blackwell, the Michigan native, has 16 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 3 of 4 from deep. For Michigan, it's Morez Johnson Jr. He's a flawless 6 of 6 from the floor, 13 points to go along with 3 rebounds. Otherwise, for Michigan, Yaxel Lendeborg has 8, Adai Mara and Trey McKinney with 7, 3 for Damari Burnett, nothing for L.J. Case and Will Cheddar, Elliott Cadeau, or Roddy Gale. For Wisconsin, the only other notable scorer, the former FAU star Nick Boyd. He's got 9 points, but he's taken 9 field goal attempts. First half stats brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. think forward. First, Terry's thoughts in the second half. Next, Michigan up by 1, 38-37. This is Wolverines basketball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
When people yell, "Go Blue," most people think of the Michigan Wolverines. Hail to the victors, the maize and blue. But what does Go Blue mean in the liquor store? It means go for a long drink. Go for the blue can with undefeated flavor. A refreshing mix of citrus, sparkling soda, and a kick of real liquor. So go blue. Then go blue. For the Wolverines, we mean long drink. Proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. 5.5% alcohol by volume. Gin with natural flavors. Copyright 2024. The Long Drink Company, Carmel, Indiana. Please enjoy responsibly.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Today's broadcast is presented by the experts at University of Michigan Health. There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. To learn more about Michigan's best hospital, visit michigananswers.com.
Wolverines up by 1 on Wisconsin in this Big Ten clash, 38-37. And we're welcoming you back to the game, brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. Terry, from 31-17, a Michigan run, to 20-7, a Wisconsin run to finish the first half. What changed so drastically?
Well, I think Michigan's got to get back to their principles as far as defending and got to shut off the water and say, I'm not allowing you to get downhill and get in this painted area, because when they get in that painted area, they're causing all kind of problems for Michigan. And number two, I look at the turnovers and the steals. 8 turnovers, 5 steals. So when it comes to steals, I like to call those giveaways. So Michigan's got to be able to sure up some of those passes and not turn that ball over, because I don't know how many of them were turnovers for touchdowns.
Now, welcome, brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Welcome to Kraft. Desmond Howard is here, pumping up the crowd. He ushers that Go Blue into our second half coverage here in Ann Arbor. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, and Rob Joyce with you tonight. Wolverines have the basketball high to the left side. Lendeborg feed it in. Mara, he pivots, he floats, he scores. Mara started Michigan scoring in the first half. Same deal there, 40-37. Maize and Blue. Mara up to 9.
I like to see Michigan apply some of that defense that can force them some turnovers so they can get out and run.
Rhodey, right wing for the Badgers. Feed Bieljauskas straight on 3 for the tie. Goes. And Alexis Bieljauskas up to 8 points. He averaged just 2.6 over the last 5, coming in 40 all. Lendeborg wheels into the paint, tried to pass it to the left corner, hit off the rim, deflected, last touch Wisconsin, out of bounds.
Well, I tell you what, something Michigan hasn't seen is a big guy that's been able to knock down those 3-point shots from the perimeter.
Both teams with their starting 5s on the floor to begin this second half. Cadeau and Lendeborg had 2 first-half fouls. Mara left wing, backing down against Bieljauskas, angling along the baseline, reverses, no, tap-up didn't go either. Winter cleans up the miss, and Wisconsin can secure its first lead of the game on this trip. Left side, Blackwell around a screen from Winter. Feed Winter, left pocket 3, it's good. And the Badgers have stormed all the way back. They lead at 43-40 early second half. Cadeau, left side, Lendeborg over to the left corner, Burnett. He muscles forward, shot no, but he got fouled, trying to barrel into Andrew Rhodey. And Amari Burnett earns himself a couple of free throws after Rhodey's 3rd foul, and the first for either side in the half.
Yeah, well, one thing you don't want Michigan to do is don't act like you haven't been here before, because I know we've had a lot of 30, 40-point wins, but Michigan has had games where they've had to grind it out and had to come from behind. So
Damari Burnett, his first free throws of the afternoon. He's shooting 81.5% from the line. Burnett sights it, shoots it, and hits it. Wolverines cut it to 2, 43-41. Brody exits with those 3 fouls. And Braden Carrington, who played 13 first-half minutes, is out there for the first time this half. Came in averaging 12 minutes a game and hadn't surpassed 10 minutes in each of his previous 5 games. Second free throw rattles home. It's 43-42, Michigan within 1. Mays Rage getting into it. First time the students back here since before winter break. Boyd crosses over on Burnett. Leave it left wing Winter. Back to Boyd. Crosses over. Zigzags right elbow. Pitch back right point Bieljauskas. Another 3 and another make. He's got 11 today, and it's 46-42 Wisconsin. Cadeau at the point. Lob it right wing Johnson, Michigan's leading scorer with 13. Went for a spin, retrieves it after a bobble. Left side, Cadeau tries a 3, banks it home. A little smirk from Elliott, but it counts all the same. Michigan cuts it to 1, 46-45, almost 2 minutes in, second half.
Yeah, well, one thing you don't want to do is Michigan is not going to panic just because the guys make a couple three-point shots. So
Boyd high to the left wing here for Wisconsin, playing against his former coach at FAU, Dusty May. Kick right corner, heat check Bieljauskas. Yes, a whistle inside, and they're going to say the shot good, and then Blackwell called for the loose ball foul. But Alexis Bieljauskas, he's been the story of this one. The freshman from Lithuania, a season high now for him in points with 14. His previous best was 11 against Marquette on December the 6th. And here in the second half already, Bieljauskas has 9.
Yeah, well, Michigan has went with a smaller lineup, so kind of take away from some of those three-point shots.
49-45 Badgers. 17:34 left in the ball game. Right pocket, Gale. Up fake. Blackwell didn't go for it. Into the Big Ten logo. Flings it up there and swishes it from 2 feet away on a flick of the wrist on a finger roll. Michigan down 2, 49-47 on the Badgers. Blackwell, left wing. In between the circles. Michigan a zone look. Lob it right side. Winter. High to the right wing. Boyd. Analyzes. Drives. Stutter step. Pauses, right point, Bieljauskas another 3. Yep, he's in a 3-point contest right now. Everything falling for Alexis Bieljauskas, 52-47 Wisconsin.
Yeah, Michigan kind of lost him there during that exchange.
And then Cadeau drives in, foul to the Big Ten logo. Shot was blocked, but an infraction coming on Nick Boyd, number 1 on him. And they're going to say, with some arguing here on either side, Nick Boyd and Elliott Cadeau leaning in. Having some arguments. Michigan trying to huddle up. Surprised that wasn't a free throw opportunity. It is for Cadeau. That's what they're trying to get to.
Yeah, Boyd didn't want Michigan to huddle up and was trying to stand in the middle of their huddle. So
Nick Boyd having a few words for the Michigan bench. I think some playful words toward Michigan's assistants. Of course, several of them coach Nick Boyd at FAU. That's the one thing Dusty May talked about with Nick Boyd, his competitiveness. Elliott Cadeau's first free throw up and good, 52-48. Michigan within 4.
Yeah, just stay the course here. I mean, I don't think this is going to continue to be a barrage of threes. I mean, he's got some shots to fall, but Michigan's got to pay attention to detail on that.
Second free throw follows in the first. Badgers came in shooting 33% from deep. They're at 10 of 21. Michigan suppressed. Boyd breaks it. Cadeau almost swiped it from him. Boyd drives all the way in. High banker, good. And Boyd jogging down with some screams. He's fired up. 54-49 Badgers, 16:36 left. Cadeau crosses over, blows by Blackwell, laid it up and in. Right back at the Badgers comes Cadeau. That's Elliott's second bucket, 54-51 Wisconsin.
So you got to love the challenge. I mean, crowd
getting into it here. Mays Rage roaring. At At the point, Boyd has Johnson on a switch, leans in, floater over, Johnson goes 56-51. Wisconsin is 7 of 7 from the floor in the half. Left side, Cadeau drives in after a crossover, got it again, this time left block with a right hand. 56-53, Michigan is 5 of 6 shooting in the second half. Not your typical Michigan-Wisconsin rock fight here today. Blackwell high to the left. Carrington left wing. Michigan a zone look. Boyd right wing. Shoots over it with a left hand and scores it. 59-53, and Boyd looks back over to the Michigan bench.
Yeah, Michigan's just got to continue to weather the storm here. You know, Wisconsin is...
Cadeau wiggles. He bangs. Scores. Counting the foul. Back and forth we go. Oh, Cadeau just yielded and lulled Bieljauskas to sleep. He's got an and one opportunity when we come back. 15:26 left. 59-55 Badgers. And a fun one on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Since 1980, Grand Traverse Resort and Spa has been a Michigan vacation tradition. A place where lake views meet legendary fairways. Where spa days turn into starry nights. And where family memories last for generations. Whether it's a summer getaway, a fall color tour, or a cozy winter escape, your perfect Michigan vacation starts here. Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, a Michigan tradition since 1980. Book your getaway at GrandTraverseResort.com. Proud partner of Michigan Athletics.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Kapoor, deep three in front of us for the win.
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Just like your favorite sports team, you need a solid defense to protect what's important to you. Whether it's your business, home, or auto, turn to Highland and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance to keep you covered. Visit Highland today at www.highland.com/defense. That's www.hylant.com/defense.
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan basketball. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, zero sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the Chrysler Center or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every basket. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
Wolverines trailing Wisconsin 59-55, 15:26 to play here in Ann Arbor with the national champion Terry Mills, our engineer Tony Butler, and our host Rob Joyce. I'm Brian Bush. Terry, we've already seen more points in this game than in the Big Ten Tournament Championship game back in March in Indianapolis. That was a 59-53 Michigan victory. That game featured 34 made field goals. Here in the first 4.5 minutes of the second half, we have seen 14 made field goals. This is a different sport.
Yeah, this is not your typical Wisconsin-Michigan grinded out rock fight. But I tell you what, you always talk about teams that are going to give you your best shot. Well, Wisconsin is giving them their best shot. And Michigan is responding. I love the way they're responding. I mean, the team could easily fold up right now, but tell you what, Michigan is starting to come to life right now. So
let's share today's home attendance presented by Aunt Millie's 6th straight sellout of 12,707 here in Ann Arbor. Nothing says home like Aunt Millie's, whether it's pregame breakfast, tailgate sliders, or postgame comfort food. Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. Pick up your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local Meijer. Aunt Millie's closer to home. The and one attempt completed by Elliot Cadeau with a free throw make. As Gary Grant, who was just shown on the board, one of the all-time great point guards in Michigan history, he's one of the 12,707, some of whom stand up and cheer here as Michigan tries for its first defensive stand of the half. Down to Wisconsin, 59-56. Nick Boyd to the right wing, push left side. Carrington a three, it's good. 9 of 9 of the Badgers here in the second half, and it's 62-56. Left side, Burnett, rebuttal three goes. Namari cans it from deep, and the Wolverines right back within 3. They're 7 of 8 from the floor in the half. 62-59 Badgers.
Well, let's have a shootout here because talking about the Badgers.
And then a foul 35 feet out into Mari Burnett. The one who spilled to the deck had some contact trying to work around a screen from Wisconsin. So Burnett picks up his first foul and the Wolverines' first of the half.
Yeah, you're talking about a team that normally comes in shooting 32% from three-point. We're shooting 52% from three. So and Michigan is able to hang in there.
And that Damari 3 was brought to you by Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean Gasoline. Michigan fans, when you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Right block Boyd, pivots the feet, vacates Blackwell. Over to Carrington, left wing, lob it back to Blackwell. The Michigan native with 7 on the timer. Steps back, left point 3. This one a brick. First miss in 10 tries for the Badgers, and you hear the roar of the crowd as Michigan gets the stop. Down 3, Cadeau, lob it right side. Lendeborg ponders a triple try, doesn't take it. Feed the post, Johnson spins into the paint, into a double team. Goes up, but he got fouled after a block. And Morez Johnson Jr., Michigan's leader with 13 points, head to the free throw line after a foul by Alexis Bielyauskas, who has been the star for the Badgers, or at least the unexpected star. Came in averaging 4 points a game. He has a game-high 17, but he picks up his third foul there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, the Michigan fan base was just happy to see that Wisconsin had a pulse, whether they were human here.
With all that they've made, that one never had a chance. It barely grazed iron. As Morez Johnson Jr. heads to the free throw line, his first charity toss of the game. Shoots it at 80% on the year and gets a friendly rattle for a now 62-60 Wisconsin advantage.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're Michigan, you got to be happy because if the team's going to come out and they're going to shoot the ball like this, and you're within 2 points, you can't beat it.
One more for Johnson. Bielyauskas exits. Return of 7-foot freshman Will Garlock for the Badgers. Johnson second, too strong. Back tap by Burnett into the arms of Carrington. And Wisconsin has the basketball. Badgers up 62-60 in a game they trailed by 14 in the first half. Boyd had a chair pulled out from underneath him, but he still pushes a pass to Carrington. Right side, Winter knocks down a 3 for Wisconsin. They are now 8 of 9 from 3 in the half, and 13 of 25 for the game, 65-60 Badgers.
Yeah, they're blazing from the three-point line.
Cadeau, right lane line, a lot of contact, and he gets fouled. A bump by Nick Boyd, who's playing as emotionally as any player we've seen visiting Chrysler Center. Boyd picks up the foul. It's his second and the already 6th for the Badgers in the half. 2 free throws forthcoming for a panting Elliot Cadeau. He has really been effective in getting to the basket here in this second half. All 12 of his points have come in the first 6 minutes, 9 seconds of this second half. Free throw up and a swish, 65-61. Badgers lead dwindles to 4. Adai Mara returns for Morez Johnson Jr. And for the Badgers, Andrew Rohde spells John Blackwell. Rohde coming in with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, I tell you, the Wolverines have embraced this. You know, I mean, some people can run from it, but Elliot Cadeau has been the main guy that has pretty much turned his game up.
Cadeau's second free throw follows in the first, and Michigan's back within a possession, 65-62. The Badgers with the lead and the basketball. 13:46 remaining here in Ann Arbor. Michigan trying to stay one of 6 unbeaten in college basketball. Boyd at the right point. A lot of contact, he and Gale. Over to Garlock, back to Boyd, right baseline. Recoils out. Wisconsin has to reset. Boyd, crossover bounce, shot off right corner, over to Winter. Yaks almost got the steal. Other side, errant pass, Garlock. Airmailed Rohde in the left corner near the Wisconsin bench. And the Badgers commit their first turnover of the half, and 6 of the ball game, Michigan's ball.
Yeah, you talk about Michigan turning up the defense for that possession.
A very short respite for John Blackwell. He enters. Will Garlock exits. Braden Carrington also leaves as Alexis Bielyauskas returns.
Yeah, and it's not as simple as it sounds, but you make those shooters have to dribble the basketball. They got to do something else.
Right point 3 for Cadeau goes to tie the game at 65. Cadeau has 17 in the first 7 minutes of the second half. Left wing Winter, push past Rohde around a screen from Winter. Bieljauskas 30 feet out, a whistle away from the play as Burnett called for a tug on Nolan Winter. Burnett pleading with any referee who will give him their ears that it was a pull on Winter, but Burnett picks up his second foul, team's second. And Trey McKinney, the freshman, comes into this Lions Den at Chrysler Center right now. Damari Burnett leaves.
Well, this is when I always say something about Trey McKinney, that he's not a freshman. Expect him to make veteran plays right about now.
He had 7 points in the first half. He's been in this building with busyness as Boyd took too long. A timeout, Wisconsin. So the Badgers need to use a timeout. 2 left for Wisconsin. Will take it with them. 13:01 to play. All levels, 65 apiece in this Big Ten battle. Michigan and Wisconsin. This is Wolverines basketball from Learfield.
Crash the Cube Yeti Edition is your chance to win a share of over $850,000 in cash and prizes at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Fridays and Saturdays in January from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., one winner every hour will enter the Cash Cube. Catch the Yeti marked bills and unlock bonus prizes. Unlock the Yeti's grand prize on January 31st at 11 p.m. A trip to the Himalayas and $5,000 cash. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wolverine basketball and great beers go together like an alley-oop and slam dunk. Founders Brewing Company is a proud sponsor of Michigan athletics and has been brewing up high-quality, highly rated beers like All Day IPA, Michigan Pilsner, and their hazy IPA Mortal Bloom right here in Michigan for over 25 years. Whether you're cheering from your couch or at Chrysler Center, these beers are perfect to celebrate every Michigan win all season long. Learn more about Founders and where to find your go-to game day beer at foundersbrewing.com.
65-65, Michigan and Wisconsin. Rematch of last year's Big Ten Tournament Championship game, one where Michigan trailed by double figures before winning. Here today, the Badgers had that 14-point deficit. They've led by as many as 6 in this half, and now we're all even. From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Terry, how do you explain the offense for both these teams? Wisconsin is 10 of 11 from the floor. Michigan is 8 of 9 since halftime.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you had to earn them, but I tell you what, it has been a shooting exhibition, if you will. So, but I like the fact that I don't see Michigan panicking. It's like, we're going to figure this out. We're going to turn it up a little bit. We're going to figure it out.
Wolverines come out with Gale, McKinney, Cadeau, Lendeborg, and Mara. Mara will guard the inbounder. Baseline left, Nick Boyd, who will pass to Bieljauskas, Winter, Rohde, or Blackwell. Boyd lobs it past Bieljauskas, gets it back, and wheels his way from the left wing to the right. Push pass left side, Winter, leave it for Blackwell, who has 16, but none have been in the second half. High to the right side, guarded by Yaks, went for a steal, poked it away. Blackwell got it back with a timer at 3 over to the right side. Bieljauskas heaves up a 3, high off the heel. He is human. Rebound down to the deck. Last touch, Lendeborg, and Blackwell spilled to the deck, trying to fight for that rebound, and he took a big-time spill and hit the hardwood pretty firmly. He's slow to get up, but he is on his feet. So a reset 20 for Wisconsin. Blackwell does the same thing with a lob to Bieljauskas and a handoff to Boyd. Badgers back into their offensive set. 12:34 remaining, 65-65, Michigan and Wisconsin. Blackwell around to Bieljauskas' screen, jogs to the right wing, has Mara on a swish, shoots a three over him, right side and good. And the Badgers hit their 9th three of the half, their 14th of the game, 68-65 Wisconsin. Low block left, Mara, feed to a driving Lendeborg, bobbles it, regathers, went for the layup, blocked by Winter, but he got the rebound, no foul. Michigan labored for one, didn't get it. It's Wisconsin's ball. And then an elbow, Winter fighting with the hands against Elliot Cadeau, and Nolan Winter called for the foul. Winter and all of this offensive barrage, he's been pretty quiet. 9 points, 2 rebounds, and he picks up foul number 2. Team's 7th, so Wolverines' next foul that isn't offensive like that one will be at least a 1-and-1. Cadeau to Gale at the point. Spins in on Blackwell, takes it to the cup and laid it in. Gale lets out a roar. 68-67, Michigan within 1 with 11:44 remaining.
Roddy Gale's a gamer, I tell you what. He's not going to back down.
His first bucket, and it was a big one. Now Boyd drives it on Gale, lows up for the layup. Got it to go over Gale and Mara's block attempts. 70-67 Wisconsin. Michigan with a basketball. Cadeau with 17 points in the second half. Drives in. Shot put attempt from 4. Good right block. It's 70-69. 1 point Badger lead again. A few emphatic claps of the hands from Dusty May in front of us. Michigan trying to grind out an offensive barrage kind of a win against Wisconsin in the Big Ten. Left side Blackwell, shut off by Cadeau, in some trouble. Traveled! Blackwell can't believe it, but he planted, then walked with it. Wisconsin's 8th turnover, and Michigan can reclaim the lead when we come back. 11:02 left in Ann Arbor. Wisconsin 70, Michigan 69 on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
And the Wolverines win the Big Ten Tournament Championship, and they forge a lifelong bond.
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga. My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Michigan trailing Wisconsin 70-69. It's a 1-point deficit despite Wisconsin shooting 52% from 3. They're 14 of 27. Came in at 8-1 when they hit 10 or more threes. They're pacing for 20 with the way this one has played out. When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app, available for both Apple and Android. Listen to College Sports Live with the Varsity Network app. Terry, for Michigan, they've had more success in the second half from inside the arc. A big reason why Elliot Cadeau, remember against Penn State, LJ Kaysen tied a career high with 14 points all in the first half. Cadeau was scoreless at halftime He has now tied his career high with 19 points, and there's still 11 minutes to play in this half.
Yeah, I tell you what, he has brought it in the second half. And a lot of times you get players that'll get out there and they'll get to chirping and going at each other. Well, Elliot Cadeau embraced that. Nick Boyd was all over him, and Elliot Cadeau said, well, hey, if that's the way we're going to play, then let's get it on.
Cadeau scored 19 points in his freshman year at North Carolina in a 3-point win at Miami, February 10th. LJ Case in the one end of the forecourt as Cadeau gets his first respite of the second half. Give to Lendeborg, spins in the paint, floats it up there and scores it from 5 feet away, right lane line. And Michigan reclaims the lead at 71-70, 10:44 remaining here at Chrysler. Blackwell, Boyd, Janicki, Bieljauskas, and Rhodey on the floor for the Badgers. So no Winter and no left side three ball. Too strong there from Janicki. Rebound by Michigan. They haven't had Austin Rapp, one of their bigs, the whole game. He's out for the second straight. Mara at the point with Michigan up one. No look feed right side Cheddar. Shot fake, didn't take it. Now to Kaysen around a modest screen from Mara. Kaysen slipped down, able to get it to Lendeborg. Left side, McKinney misses a three left corner. And the rebound down to John Blackwell for Wisconsin. 71-70 Michigan, midway through the second half. Boyd around a screen from Bieljauskas, jets his way right of the lane, and his layup attempt, reverse style, hit the bottom of the rim. Rebound Lendeborg. Up ahead, Kaysen uses Mara as a shield. Now he slows down to the point. Right side Lendeborg with that blue jersey top untucked. Stutter step, right wing three ball. It's a brick. Rebound tapped up in the air by Mara. Saved by Cheddar, and he got fouled by Boyd. Will Cheddar lets out a bit of a roar, and Nick Boyd's in some pain. It is a 1-and-1 for Will Cheddar. Hopefully Boyd is okay, because he is no doubt one of the individual stories of this game, and he's played really, really well. Helped to his feet after foul number 3, and he looks to be staying out there.
Yeah, well, that's what you call winning plays there by Will Cheddar. A will to want the basketball. Will Cheddar, that wasn't in his area. He went out and got it outside of his area, and you'll look back on those and see that those are winning plays.
Jack Janicki was going to sub out, but now he comes in because of Boyd not quite feeling right. A little bit of a blow here for Nick Boyd coming as Will Cheddar heads to the line. A deep breath, 3 dribbles, deep knee bend. Cheddar hoists and earns the front end, the back end of the 1-and-1. 72-70 Michigan. Cheddar's 18th make in 20 free throw attempts this year. That's 90%. One more for Cheddar, the 5th-year grad student. Lets it fly, buries it. 73-70 Michigan, 9:37 remaining here in Ann Arbor. Rhodey into the forecourt here. So no Nick Boyd on the floor. They're going to have Rhodey bring it up. A shove of Gale and an offensive foul. Rhodey's 4th. Roddy Gale lets out a flex. How about that from the senior Gale?
I'll tell you what, Roddy Gale is a special player. I mean, he has that emotion, trying to get his team an extra possession, out on the floor, takes pride on guarding bigs in the post, and he'll let that roar out because he knows he's accomplished something.
LJ Kaysen over to the right side, McKinney. 9:20 to play. Michigan a 73-70 lead. Left wing Gale directs traffic with his right arm. Wants a screen, doesn't get it. Takes off himself to the bucket, laid it up, missed it. Back tap, rebound attempt. Carrington saves with a leap to Boyd for Wisconsin. Carrington in toward that Michigan bench, slow to get up. Michigan brings a press. Boyd never passed the timeline, lobs it up to Carrington, who has a jumping past Blackwell, and Wisconsin settles into the offense. Blackwell in a blur, free throw line floater. Yes, counted to foul. John Blackwell now with 21, cuts the deficit to 1. A chance at a 3-point play for the Brother Rice star, John Blackwell.
Yeah, strong move, but in a real world of basketball, you kind of look at that being a bailout for a guy that goes left and shoots right-handed, shooting back across his body.
Bieljauskas exits. Nolan Winter returns for the Badgers as John Blackwell steps to the free throw line. 3 of 4 from the stripe today. 83% on the year, lets it fly and ties the game. 73 all, 8:54 remaining. Just the third time there have only been 2 lead changes. Michigan led for the duration of the first half. Then Wisconsin had as big of as a 6-point lead here in the second half. Kaysen, long cross-court pass deflected out of bounds. Last touch, Carrington. And it stays with Michigan in a tough inbound spot near the corner. Shot clock at 17.
Yeah, you could say that both teams are taking care of the basketball, but that's easy to say when
all the shots are going in.
When it's going through the basket.
Lob pass out beyond the center line to Kaysen. Dribbles to the point. Guarded against Janicki. Behind the back bounce. Recoils right wing. Takes off into the paint. Double clutch, reverse layup. No. A lot of contact. No whistle. Rebound Wisconsin. 8:25 left. 73-73. Rematch of last year's Rock Fight Big Ten Championship game. A 59-53 Michigan victory. Janicki, right pocket. Sizes up Kaysen. Vacates high to the right. Boyd, who has 18 points. Drives in on Johnson. Reverses and scores with the left hand on the left block. 75-73. Badgers up to 20 goes Nick Boyd. For Boyd, it is 9th game of 20 or more points this year. Gale, inside pocket pass to Johnson. Tugged down by Nick Boyd. And Boyd almost instinctually looked toward Dusty May asking for a review after Dusty May coached him for 3 seasons and 4 years. Time out of the floor. Michigan has a 1-and-1 when we come back. It is a 2-shot opportunity because that's foul 10 on the Badgers. It's 75-73 Wisconsin. 7:57 to play. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Sports betting can be fun, just like football. There's excitement, winning.
Blue 32! Blue 32!
But imagine that sports betting is a 300-pound lineman coming straight at you. For tips that will help keep you on your feet, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the court, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud supporter of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Wolverines fans, it's time to join the University of Michigan Credit Union, the leaders and best in local banking. We are here to help you stay on top of your game with competitive loan rates and championship service to meet all your financial needs. Access your account with our conveniently located branches and ATMs, 24/7 online banking, and our mobile app. To learn more about our services or find a branch near you, visit umcu.org. UMCU is a proud partner of Michigan Athletics. The University of Michigan Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
Been a fun one here at Chrysler Center. Michigan trailing Wisconsin 75-73 as the Maize and Blue try to stay unbeaten. One of 6 nationally, joining 15-0 Iowa State, 15-0 Arizona, 15-0 Vanderbilt. How about 16-0 Nebraska, rallying from 16 down at Indiana earlier today. And the 17-0 MAC favorites now, the Miami Redhawks. They won at Toledo last night. Terry, how do the Wolverines get there? What's important in these final 7:57 with one key aspect being Nick Boyd was the one who picked up the foul moments ago. That's his 4th for the Badgers.
Well, just to be able to keep grinding and find a way to dig down, very valuable is those 50-50 balls and stops right now, and being able to possess that basketball. You got to be able to finish by possessing that basketball in defensive series.
So Nick Boyd on the bench with those 4 fouls. For the first time today, Zach Kinziger, who is a freshman, who is just playing in his 5th ball game. He was at least trending toward a red shirt until some depth issues, whereas Johnson Jr. at the line, hands to first. Michigan within a point. Kinziger is in there for the first time today.
Yeah, well, Kinzinger's going to have to pay right now. I mean, he's coming in.
Johnson with Chrysler silence to tie the game. Bullseye. 75-75. No better than when we started a little bit after 1 o'clock here in beautiful Ann Arbor. 7:53 left. As here comes Kinziger, guarded closely by Cadeau. Leave it for John Blackwell. He leads all scorers with 22 at 16 in the first half. Around a screen from Winter. Trudges right wing. Back to Winter over Blackwell. Point, head of the key, angles left baseline, poked out of bounds, last touch by Wisconsin. Blackwell saying he wants a review, and Greg Gard, the 11th year Wisconsin head coach, simply shaking his head no. Michigan's ball on the poke away from Yaks.
Yeah, would you look at the defense by Roddy Gale? I mean, he's talking about taking that matchup one-on-one with John Blackwell. Man.
Cadeau with 19, tying a career high. Left wing Lendeborg. Surveys the scene, jumping past Johnson, feed Gale, extra pass Cadeau, back to Gale, over right corner, McKinney a 3 for the lead, no short, tap up Johnson goes begging, tries to save it, but it hit the baseline as Johnson tumbles into the photograph row there down that baseline. And Michigan wanting a review.
No.
And Michigan will take a look. With 7:16 to play, and getting a look at it, it does appear to be off Wisconsin. Initial glance, but we shall see.
Michigan's coach calls timeout to challenge the out-of-bounds ruling.
7:16 to play, 75-75. Wolverines are 4-5 on their challenge attempts. It really should have been 5-4 because of that one in Vegas. That was one of the more perplexing ones. But still, it's basically been a coin flip, which is around what you would expect. But taking a look at the replay here, I do think this is last touch by Carrington for Wisconsin in a game that's tied at 75. Man, what a fun ball game this has been. This past Tuesday, last time out for Michigan, having to win where they really didn't play all that well. Here, there's been some defensive struggles here and there, but a lot of high-level shot making by Wisconsin. This is just what you'd expect between two Big Ten teams that figure to be near the top of the league.
Yeah, this has been high-level basketball, and I'm not sure what is going on throughout the college basketball world, but one thing I can tell you, it's going to be the top tip from here.
Here is the ruling on the out-of-bounds call.
After review, the call's been overturned. It's going to be Michigan's ball, 7:17 on the game clock. They keep their timeout and also keep their challenge.
That is Steve McJunkin's voice. He, Earl Walton, and Brian Dorsey talked it over, and Michigan gets possession back after Carrington touches it last. 75-75, 7:17 remaining between Michigan and Wisconsin. Left baseline, Cadeau quarterbacks it in. Bounce pass left corner, Burnett. Feed the post, Johnson. Reels back out, picked up the bounce. Right point, Gale. Shot clock at 11. Gale, left lane line. Feeds, right side. Burnett, pop up. It's a 3. Rattles around. Plink goes out. Offensive board was in the grasp of Johnson, then saved by Blackwell for Wisconsin. Michigan got a good look. Didn't quite Plink go down. Still 75-75 with 6:51 to play. Left wing Carrington. Straight jacketed there by Cadeau. Right side Bieljauskas with a career high 17. Left wing Winter. He dials up from distance. No, but Carrington went for the follow. Didn't get it to go, but a foul. And Yaxel Lendeborg frustrated himself as Carrington earns himself a couple of free throws on Yax's third foul and the team's fourth of the half.
Yeah, that was one of those plays where Michigan's players were pretty much frozen in time, thinking that shot was just going to automatically fall there. So
Carrington, 2 of 3 from the line today. His first is up and good. He only came in with 10 free throw attempts for the season. He's played a ton today. after not playing a whole lot, sub 10 minutes in the last 5 games coming in. 76-75 Wisconsin, 6:40 left, second free throw, also a make. Badgers by 2. Cadeau jogs into the forecourt for Michigan. Has it to the right wing, Winter on a switch. Left side, Burnett takes it left baseline. Kick right corner, Gale. Whip it, Cadeau. Fakes it pass right. Give to a driving Burnett. Underhand lead Johnson. One dribble shot. Fake leans in. Got fouled. And Rez earns a couple of free throws as Nolan Winter, who was a little out of sync of that up fake from Rez. Nolan Winter has his 3rd foul.
Tell you what, the ball is popping right now with Michigan, so expect good offensive things to happen for them. I mean, that ball is not sticking.
So Morez Johnson Jr., 3 of 4 from the free throw line today, right around his 80% mark on the season. Shoots the first and swishes it down. 77-76, Michigan within a tally. Andrew Rohde in, and Zach Kinziger leaves for Wisconsin. Still no Nick Boyd, since that 4th foul picked up at the 7:57 mark of this half. 6:23 left. Michigan down 1. Johnson's free throw knocks it up at 77. Adai Mara back into the ball game, and Roddy Gale Jr. leaves.
Yeah, what a stint there by Roddy Gale. I don't expect him to be sitting on the bench too long. Simply probably just to give him a blow because he's been solid.
Rohde into the forecourt for the white-clad Wisconsin Badgers at 10-5. They knocked off UCLA on Tuesday in one of their best performances. This might be their best of the season. On the road against number 1. Right side Blackwell takes it right baseline underneath the cup. Somehow got a pass off to Rohde before his jumping ended. Over to Carrington, leans in, shot blocked, but a foul called on Adai Mara, and Braden Carrington goes to the line for 2 more, much to the dismay of Dusty May.
Yeah, how about the travel missed on Blackwell? I mean, this game is getting to crucial times in the ball game, and can't have officials missing calls right now.
I think that's one of those times where Dusty May has talked about it's so difficult to officiate a guy of Adai's size. And it might have come into play there as Braden Carrington, he was slow to get up. He hobbles his way to the free throw line. 5:57 to play, 77 all. Carrington toward the Maze Rage makes the first free throw. Badgers back in front. 4th lead change of the ball game. There have been 5 ties at 78-77 Wisconsin. Second charity toss is good. Carrington with 9 points, 6 coming at the free throw line, 79-77 Badgers. Cadeau to the left wing, Lendeboard. Around a Mara screen. Darts into the paint, leans in, Euros, floats and scores. Blackwell tried to induce a charge. That was more flop than charge, 79 all. Michigan a little bit of press as Carrington brings it forward. All square, 5.5 to play. Michigan trying to stay unbeaten and get to 5-0 in league play. Left wing, Winter. To Bieljauskas high. Right wing, Blackwell. To the left side, Winter. Attempts to drive, Johnson prevented it. Over to Blackwell, gets Johnson on a switch, fades away left baseline and swishes it. Blackwell with 24, and it's 81-79 Wisconsin. The Badgers are 15 of 20 in the second half. Lendeboard around another hedge from Mara. Free throw line jumping pass. Left wing shot fake. Burnett works his way to the paint and dunks it down two-handed. Namari Burnett now at 997 career points, and he ties it at 81 with 4:45 left.
Yeah, I tell you, there's been some big-time performances.
Blackwell the other end. Shot rejected out of bounds, and Lendeboard with a couple of fist pumps. Some words for the crowd that his teammates. Inbound baseline right for the Badgers. 81 all, 4:40 left. One of those chase down blocks for the man that many on this program called Dominican LeBron. Blackwell just inbounds it off the sneaker of Mara to give himself a reset 5, and actually to allow Nick Boyd to check into the ballgame without a timeout. So Boyd in and Roddy Gale Jr. in for Michigan. Rohde leaves for Wisconsin. Mara exits for Michigan.
And that was what that blow was for, simply to put Roddy Gale
So Boyd playing with 4 fouls. Chucks it up to Bieljauskas, handoff Boyd. Crowd on its feet here at Chrysler. Boyd high to the left wing. Has Gale defensively. Drives in on him, takes it to the cup, meets Johnson, banks, no, but a foul. Rez picks up foul 2. And Nick Boyd goes to the free throw line. Number 6 on Michigan, Nick Boyd at the free throw line. Came in tied for 5th in the Big Ten at 19.5 points a ball game. He's just beyond his mark at 20 and now 21 with a free throw make. 82-81 Badgers. Dusty May built his relationship with Nick Boyd through FaceTimes and Zooms during COVID. Got him to commit to FAU. Shoots the second free throw and scores at 83-81. Was there for 4 years. Had the game-winning layup for FAU in the round of 64 win over Memphis. And part of that Final Four run.
Yeah, well, one thing you can say about Coach Dusty May is that he's got an eye for talent.
Oh, no doubt. What a player. 83-81 Badgers after the 2-for-2 Boyd trip at the line. Headed the key Lendeboard. Pitch left wing Cadeau. Back to Yak's right point. Face guarded by Bieljauskas. Left side Cadeau. Shot fake. Over Gale. Left corner. A 3 for the lead. Bullseye! Ronnie Gale Jr. goes from downtown. 84-83 Michigan. And there are 4 minutes left now. Carrington in between the rings. Bothered by Gale to Bieljauskas, who has a career-high 17. High to the right side, Blackwell. Drives in on Yak. Shot fake. Floats. Got it to go over a couple of Wolverine block attempts. 85-84 Wisconsin. Blackwell bumps his individual total to 26.
Yeah, you're talking about blow after blow.
Alley-oop. Cadeau to Gale. Catches. Kick left corner. Burnett a 3. In and out. Tap-up attempt by Lendeboard goes begging. Rebound Wisconsin. That'd have been for 1,000 career points for Namari. Instead, it's Wisconsin board and a 1-point Badgers lead still. 3:17 left. Handoff Rhodey. Dribbling around, has Johnson on a switch to Winter left wing. Leave for Blackwell, the leading scorer in the ball game with those 26. Blackwell, right point, thought about a 3, now takes it over Gale, up and short. Offensive board Carrington, right corner Rhodey, quick trigger 3 is good. Wisconsin's 15th 3 in 30 tries, and the Badgers lead 88-84, 2:52 remaining. And a timeout. No timeout. Lendeboard looked at Dusty May. Play on. Left side, Cadeau. Takes it in. Drives to the paint. Pitches back. Tap-up attempt by Johnson. No, it's stolen by Blackwell. And the Badgers, who have been much faster paced this season than normal, will slow it down.
Yeah, well, it's time to lock down now if you're the Wolverines. Plenty of time left.
2:26 left, 88-84. Badgers with a lead. They're shooting 71% in the second half. Blackwell drifts to the right wing, spins on Gale, steps back, right wing 3. It's short. Rebound Lendeboard. Michigan wants to push. 2:11 left. Left side, Gale, another pop-up 3. Short. Rebound Winter for Wisconsin. Winter in some trouble. Finally vacates to Carrington, who brings it forward and gets fouled by Gale with 2 minutes left. And Braden Carrington has a 1-and-1 when we come back. Even 2 minutes left, 88-84 Wisconsin here at Chrysler Center. We'll pause for a break. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
At Greenleaf Trust, we're prepared to help you win. Our clients, having achieved financial success in their own endeavors, come to us not for what they already know, but rather to benefit from our considerable expertise. With a nearly 100% client retention rate and specialized wealth management disciplines, Greenleaf Trust's team helps clients play the long game, from one generation to the next. A brighter future begins at greenleaftrust.com.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Jets his way with 3, straight on with 2, leans in, scoops.
The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan basketball. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, zero sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the Chrysler Center or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every basket. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
There is nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your team. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud sponsor of the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Today's game is presented by the leaders and best at Michigan medicine. There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. To find your Michigan answer, visit MichiganAnswers.com.
88-84, Wisconsin with the lead, and even 2 minutes left as we pause. 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield. Welcome back here to Ann Arbor with the national champion Terry Mills. Our engineer is Tony Butler, and our host is Rob Joyce. I'm Brian Bush. With 2 minutes left, we're keeping it here the rest of this one. This last call is presented by Founders Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of Michigan athletics. It's on a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, welcome to Craft. Well, Braden Carrington readying for a 1-and-1. Certainly not panic time yet, Terry, but Michigan has to be buttoned up in these final 2 minutes down 4.
Yeah, I mean, this is where mistakes get magnified, if you will. I mean, you talk about a 50-50 ball, it's like gold right now. So Michigan's got to cherish those possessions, which I thought they played solid basketball here in the second half. But, I mean, Wisconsin has just been lights out from behind the long line.
Wolverines already in the double bonus offensively. That foul just before the media stoppage was Michigan's 7th. So this could be the first of maybe 3 1-and-1 opportunities for a Wisconsin team that came in 48th nationally at 76% for the line. But remember, last year they were 82.6%, second best in Division I history, and the front end from Carrington is flat and out off the front iron. He falls to 6 and 8 on the game from the free throw line. Michigan technically gets a stop. Down 4, 1:50 left. Lendeborg left wing, over to Burnett, shot fake left wing. Johnson back Yaks, left pocket, sizes up Winters around his screen as Bieljauskas on a switch, takes a left baseline, vacates left wing to Cadeau, shoots a 3 over Blackwell. It's off the front iron, rebound Carrington, and the Badgers get a much-needed stop. Up 4, 1:32 remaining. Into the forecourt charges Blackwell. Has Lendeborg on him, and Yaks with a bump foul called by Brian Dorsey. Boy, that was... It may end up being the right decision for Michigan, but that was not a whole lot of contact on what is the actual Lendeborg's 4th foul.
Yeah, for what has been going on in this ball game, that's pretty much a touch foul there.
So John Blackwell, the Bloomfield Hill star, a front end of a 1-and-1, swirls out, rebound Lendeborg. He leads everybody with 26, but goes 0 for there. 1:20 left. Michigan down 88-84. Left point, Burnett. Sizes up Blackwell. Over to Gale, left baseline. Takes it underneath against Bieljauskas. Pivots, floats, scores over the right side of the rim. 88-86. Michigan within 2. 1:11 left in timeout, Dusty May.
Yeah, Roddy Gale is just finding a way to wheel this team, whether it be on the offensive end or the defensive end. Good, strong move.
As we spotlight today's best in the game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. It's kind of ebbed and flowed in terms of who's been the best in the game for for Michigan today, hasn't it, Terry?
Yes, it has. It's been up and down, but I thought Morez Johnson Jr. has been very solid, throughout this ball game, and I expect big things to come.
88-86, Wisconsin with the advantage. Each team now with 2 timeouts. Possession and the possession arrow, both to Wisconsin. technically the Badgers could still shoot one more, 1-1. They've gone 0 for on each of their first 2. Michigan trying to remain one of 6 unbeaten in college basketball. And they're trying to continue potentially a remarkable streak of 14 consecutive wins in games decided by 4 points or less. And get 2 of them maybe this week after eking by Penn State by 2 back on Tuesday night. Length of the floor to go. Press on from Michigan. Inbound Nick Boyd playing with 4 fouls. Lob it up to Rhodey. Back to Boyd. Shot clock at 23. Jumping past Rhodey. Lob it up. Caught by Bieljauskas with 1 second to spare. Now Boyd left wing. 88-86 Wisconsin. 56 seconds to play. Boyd declining any screen. Has Johnson on him defensively 40 feet out. Johnson face guarding him with 7 on the timer. Boyd slithers free throw line. Double clutch floater over Mara. No, never hit rim. Right side Rhodey has to fling one up. It's an air ball. Rebound by Cadeau. Up ahead Gale. Near sideline. Takes it all the way. Jump stop bank. No. Tap up and in by Mara, but they're going to wave it off. It was a offensive goaltending, and I think that's the right call. It would have tied the game. 88-86 Badgers. 35.2. And Dusty May wants to challenge it. I think this challenge comes with a bit of a disclaimer from Jacob Cohn, the director of basketball analytics, saying, I don't know if we're going to win it, but with 35.2 left in such a consequential spot, probably may as well do it.
Yeah, no need in taking it with you, that's for sure. I thought it was coming out of there, to be honest with you.
We will take a look here on the monitor with 35.2 left. 88-86 Wisconsin. And here's the discussion.
Previous calls being reviewed for basket interference goaltending.
So 35.2 seconds left. 88-86 Wisconsin. They have not shown a full replay here at Chrysler.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out, but just because of how long Mara is, maybe you thought it was a goaltending, but
I do think with the situation and with the ability to challenge it here, I think it's the right call to just give it a shot and challenge it.
Yeah, it is extremely close, but I do think it was coming out, to be honest with you, from my standpoint.
35.2 left. Michigan trailing Wisconsin 88-86. These two teams have played some thrillers. Remember, kind of the breakout performance from Area 51 in the Big Ten opener last year, then the Big Ten tournament championship game in March. Conversation continuing here with 35.2 left, and Michigan trailing 88-86.
I think they're trying to get the time right now or something. I think they pretty much made their decision. And based on what the official going down, about to hand it out of bounds.
After review, the call of basket interference is going to stand. No basket.
So indeed, it does stand. Michigan out of challenges. Wisconsin still hasn't even tried a challenge. So 88-86. The Maze Raid sharing their displeasure, as now Michigan will need to stop. And remember, there's still a chance at a 1-1 here. Wisconsin has missed 2 front ends. We'll see if they can make it 3 in a row here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Michigan to force a turnover here. How about that?
That's got to be the starting spot, no doubt. Rhodey to inbound. Boyd, Winter, Carrington, and Blackwell on the floor here for the Badgers. Left baseline, Rhodey examines and feeds to Boyd. Double teamed out there and a timeout by Wisconsin. That was an immediately terrible situation from Nick Boyd.
Yeah.
And he said, yep, I'm calling a timeout. Wisconsin, they still have 1. So not a terrible decision there. 2 seconds shaved off the shot clock. 88-86 Badgers, 33.3 remaining.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if the officials even seen him call timeout. Talking about being in a bad situation over there.
I think they heard him.
Must have heard
kind
him.
of just a sigh.
Yeah.
Because that was not the spot to inbound a basketball to.
Yeah, especially when you got Mara coming over doubling.
33.3 remaining. Michigan trailing 88-86. Badgers, they're just 10-5 on the year. They do not have a top 40 win yet. UCLA, their win on Tuesday, their best so far. Far corner, Brody inbounding with Adai Mara at 7'3", bothering him. And he'll baseball pass one up. It is caught by Carrington and then fouled as Carrington bobbled the basketball after the catch. And that was a late whistle. So Carrington back to the line, 32.3. That was a 70-foot pass from the corner.
Man, that's if you don't call that, that's almost like not calling pass interference on against Ole Miss the other day. At the end of the ball game, that's just two guys going up for the basketball.
We will see if the ball does indeed lie or not. 32.3 left. Carrington's front end of the 1-and-1 goes down. 89-86 Wisconsin, 32.3 remaining.
Yeah, just be ready to rebound the basketball. Stranger things have happened.
Carrington is 7 of 9 from the line today. Second free throw follows in the first. It's a 2-possession lead for the Badgers, 90-86. Cadeau into the forecourt, speed to the point, angles right wing, timeout Dusty May in Michigan. 27.6 to play, 90-86 Wisconsin. How about Braden Carrington came in 7 of 10 on the season from the line. He is 8 of 10 here tonight, doubling his free throw attempts for the year. In hostile Chrysler Center, where Michigan trying to stay unbeaten. It's the 4th best start in program history. The best is 17-0, but Michigan's got some work to do in order to keep it going. Where do you expect Michigan to try to generate an offensive opportunity here?
Well, I look at them to more or less probably come with that Allen Iverson flare screen to get a kind of a jump shot to probably, you got multiple shooters out there, but I'm thinking Amari Burnett.
Burnett, 3 points shy of 1,000 for his career. Of course, he had the magical 3 against Rutgers last February to walk it off. Michigan has more work to do before setting up a potential walk-off chance. Down 4, 27.6 left.
Yeah, well, you don't necessarily have to take the 3 right now. If they're going to hawk the 3-point line and don't give up a 3, then take the easy 2.
Inbounder Cadeau, skip it left baseline. Lendeborg, kick left wing. Burnett a 3, well short. Tipped out of bounds. Carrington close. And they're going to say off Wisconsin, which that's vital just because Michigan does not have a challenge. So Wisconsin wants to challenge it. At this point, if you're Greg Gard, you may as well, right? Baseline left, Michigan wanting an inbound opportunity, and they're now going to allow Wisconsin to challenge it. And now they're going to say no. So Jack Janicki comes in for the Badgers. Carrington leaves. That's consequential, I guess, because Greg Gard wanted to stall it, but that was very unorganized over there by Wisconsin. 22.9 left, Michigan down 4. Cadeau, lob it up, Johnson, right baseline. Kick Burnett, right wing, shot fake. Drives to the right, fades away, right corner 3. It's strong, rebound, loose, and a loose ball foul coming on Wisconsin. 2 free throws coming up after the foul by John Blackwell. So Blackwell picks up his 3rd. And the foul came on Yaxel Lendeborg, so he's at the line for 2, and these are about as close to must-make as you'll find with Yax at the line.
Yeah, if you want to extend the game, you've got to be able to knock these down.
Lendeborg, 85% coming in, 3 of 3 today. 2 dribbles, a knee bend, a shot, and he knocks it down, 90-87. Wolverines down 3. Janicki exits, Carrington returns for the Badgers. One more for Yax. Closes his eyes briefly. Deep breath, 2 dribbles, knee bend, a shot, high off the heel, and it fell down. 90-88. Michigan down 2. Mara in, Yaxel Lendeborg out. He's playing with 4 fouls, as is Nick Boyd for Wisconsin. Inbounder Rhodey darts one to Blackwell, and He lobs it up. Carrington saves it along the baseline. In some trouble, and finally a foul by Roddy Gale Jr. on Carrington in front of us. With 9.6 left, Carrington a bit shaken up.
Yeah, well, now it's time for Carrington to give up one right now.
That's right.
Talked about him being 8 of 10 from the free throw line. None bigger than these right here.
And inside of 10 seconds, a 2-for-2 trip would not clinch the win for Wisconsin, but it would send Michigan into an almost impossible spot. Crowd getting into it. First free throw barely grazes front iron. That was almost an air ball.
There it is.
Mara leaves. Lendeborg returns. Mara telling the crowd to get into it. 9.6 left. 90-88.
Yeah, let's rebound the basketball. I'm not sure if there's a correction on that one there.
Everybody cheering. Second free throw. Got it to go. 91-88. 9.6 left. Janicki in, Carrington out. And now we'll see if Wisconsin plays the foul game. With Michigan down 3. Inbound, a three-hopper to Cadeau. Drives into the forecourt. Feed it left side of Lendeborg. Has it to the point. Hand off Gale. Shot fake. Leans in. A three for the tie. No, it's strong. Tap up and in. No good by Johnson. And that's the ball game. Wisconsin comes to Ann Arbor. Gets some revenge from last year's Big Ten Tournament Championship game. And ends the Wolverines' unbeaten start. 91-88. Michigan falls to Wisconsin. Michigan now 14-1. Badgers celebrate on the court. Michigan suffers defeat for the first time this year. We're back to wrap it up with a post-game show next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits. We have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls, available in spirit, wine, and malt. 15% alcohol by volume. Buzz Balls, LLC, Carrollton, Texas.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.